Aww. Hey, DOT community, this is Alon coming at you with a Friday night live stream. And of course, this is a special happy birthday to BMT live stream. And I'm actually happy to say he's already here on Discord with me. So how we doing, BMT?
I'm good. Thank you, Alon. Appreciate it. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there in the community.
Of course. So, now your birthday was actually yesterday, officially, correct, Jim?
Yes, my birthday was actually yesterday. I was not in shape to talk last night or be on a live stream.
Yeah, we get it. Totally understandable. So,
I mean, I wasn't way that far because I am older now. I'm not in my 20s or 30s, so I don't go out just to do that. But I mean, it was a good night.
You had a good birthday. That's good. So we have, of course, plenty of players that did wish you happy birthday yesterday in the chats, and it was quite nice. I got a bit of a reminder from Tusk early in the morning because he put out messages really early in the morning. So
yeah, he was actually one of the first. Well, he was one of the first ones, and actually Val, very sweet of her. I was passed out sleeping, I think, or something. I mean, but she wanted to make sure I got it first thing when I got up. At 12 o'clock, she actually messaged me and said happy birthday and everything, which was very sweet of her. I thought to do it right at 12 o'clock.
Right. Well, here you go, BMT. Yeah. Tonight we're cheersing you for your birthday, so thank you. Of course, I'm drinking more of my Sweetwater Hop Hash Easy IPA because it's just really good, and I still have a bunch.
I've been drinking Watergate and iced tea all day.
Yeah, the recovery
I almost
mix.
finished off I almost finished off the bottle of Jack that I had, but I just was like, no, I can't do it.
Right. What's up, Extinction? What's up, Lex? What's up, Tario? Everybody's wishing you happy birthday in the chat. Yellow Umbrella. It's not my birthday.
Wait a minute, this is not a friend of yours. Shouldn't he know when your birthday is?
Tiger, yeah, I know, right? SMSK, what's going on? Good to see you. Lex, what's going on? Chen, what's up, people? Happy birthday, BMT. That's right. So, this Alliance War Tusk and Hide is quite the skippable event. And we'll just say that here right off the bat, just because coming off of a Hachiman weekend, which was intense, right, Jim? Last weekend was quite intense.
Yeah, last weekend. I actually thought the event was going to surpass Kronos because I knew what kind of defender that he was going to be, just looking at his skills and his invoke and everything else that he had. I thought it was going to pass Kronos, but I don't think it did it?
Because I could have sworn to get into top 50 for Kronos, you had to have at least, it was above 1.5 million. Pretty certain on that. It might have been 1.6 million, but I forget.
Yeah, it was. I actually thought once the community saw Hachiman and the skills and the new relic, which I love that relic, the messenger relic, because it gives melee and range resist. I thought it was going to definitely pass Kronos. I thought it was going to smash Kronos, actually.
Well, there was a lot of teams fighting real hard, especially at the top, and also too, just to get a second one, because I know Hammer fell out of top 50 at the very end, and Legends was out of top 50 the whole last day. Unfortunately, we were just a few places above. So it was definitely rough. Now, Jim, of course, I know you finished in top 50, correct?
Yeah, we finished 9th, I believe.
Very nice. Now
we had a lot of people like myself, and I'm not bragging on myself because there was other people that had more than me, but I had 34,000 souls.
Nice. So you had a good majority of players over 30K then, I would assume?
Yes, we had quite a few players go over 30K. just because we knew what kind of Titan it was going to be, and we had talked about it in chats, and myself and
Did you have any
Sage and
players
Phoenix.
go over 100K, Jim? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Any female players?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that.
Plead the fifth.
I might get myself in trouble.
Yeah, right. Of course. We know.
Well, you and the whole community knows Val and her loyalty and love and dedication to Raiders, and she will do anything that she has to do to ensure that we get. I mean, there was everybody. It was all teamwork. Don't get me wrong, but she goes above and beyond every time we do stuff like that.
Yeah. This is true.
Without question.
This is true. All right, Tario, you're going to be right back. So looking at the skills.
I was going good with 34,000.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm sure you were probably looking at yourself, and you were probably double digits in the rank for your team, right?
Yeah, I was good. I was like, oh, 34,000, good. Then I see a couple people above me. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, right. RSJ, how we doing? Thank you for joining. But yeah, Jim, I mean, when it comes down to that event especially, I mean, the packs in the beginning were quite crucial if you were planning on going pretty far, unless you had a bunch of saved relics and or gems, but yeah, I think a lot of players definitely put down either a lot of savings or finances for that event. So
I bought 2 big packs and 3 of the smaller packs, I think, is what I started off with.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken. And then I used the relics in the
event, yeah.
Event itself.
Now, just something right off the bat with this event. We're gonna go over just a few things with Flamehide and Snowgore's new skills. For any player that's playing with lower level castles, and you're playing around with the Titan is more important than the troops situation, which is again typical of lower level castles. These Titans aren't bad, so when it comes down to being able to grab some of these, if you have an alliance, if that's one great part of being in an alliance that is shooting for maybe a top 100 or top 50 position to get these Titans and not hit this event the way the popularity is going, it's very possible to obtain those without having to grind the entire event yourself. So getting onto one of those teams is quite crucial to be able to be getting these Titans, as well as I believe many players are viewing the top 100 as prestige food. So it's just, if it doesn't require a lot of souls, you can get everybody in your team to work together. I think it's the best. Chance, thank you. I appreciate that. And Chance joined NTG recently, just so everybody knows. Very, very happy about that. He
joined
Chance.
NTG.
He's over in war now with Extinction. And I'd like to see some Chance Extinction VP battle action. I think it'd be quite interesting for Extinction to get some to get a challenge. So
there you go.
I know, right? Thank you, Chance. I really appreciate that. Oh, yeah, that's right, Chad. Yeah, the guy in Legends left with 21k souls. That's another reason why things didn't work out. You're absolutely right. He just dipped instead of finishing the event.
Wait a minute, somebody dipped with 21,000 souls?
Yeah, he just dipped instead of finishing the event or letting someone know that he couldn't. Yeah, that's pretty much how it went down. Val's in the chat. She says, happy birthday, Jim. Thank you, Val, for joining.
Oh, thank you, Val. Thank you for the birthday wishes.
If anyone is interested in joining Discord for some singing action, you're more than welcome to join. Especially you, Val. Oh. All right. So I want to just post this up here in the chat real quick. I do have a new Discord server. So here is the link to that. So if you want to join on Discord, you can. Extinction says, Chance who? It's started. All right. So with the fire relics in this event, Staff of Flames, Staff of Ice. I have one of the ice ones. I don't know if I have the fire one or not. There are definitely other relics out there that have fireball spells as well. This one does modify Fireball and Meteor Strike spell damage. So, I feel like all the staffs over the time that we've had them out, they've all been, a lot of them, I don't want to say all of them, because some of them are a little bit more useful than others, but I feel like the staffs have become more important recently, especially like I love Staff of Iron, but also to the some of the other most recent staffs as well.
Yeah, they're depending on your build and what you're doing with certain titans and stuff. Yeah,
Because a lot of these titans that come out with all these spells and spell damage boosts and everything else, the staffs have been quite important. Also, too, because Vintage has got the poison staff. I don't have the poison staff, but that is also being shown to have some quite nice uses as well. Now, Fire Runes here as well. That's got 3 Fireball spells. That's nice. If you don't have one and you do grab one for earlier players, this is something that will save you a lot of time in doing very fast battles during events such as these, that you want to be able to get through the battles as quickly as possible. Well, Relic that gives you 3 Fireball spells is going to be quite useful. So,
right. Those earlier ones definitely.
Exactly. Because you want to, a lot of these events, and just brings up another point, is here looking at the next screen, looking at your boost titans. A lot of these players, newer players especially, find themselves in events where they just don't get a boost, or they get the low, like they get maybe a 1.1. Well, you want to get those battles moving as quickly as possible. So again, relics that give you either some summons, because a lot of people like to use the Skelly relics, the Calvrex relics is what a lot of people call them, but newer players wouldn't understand the association. But they're relics that give you the ability to drop raise dead spells, giving you skeletons. So those relics are very useful, as well as these spell boosting, 3 Fireball spells, relics such as the Fire Rune. There's another Flaming Rune. There's also another flame tome, I think it is, that's in the Pantheon that also gives 3 fire spells.
Yes.
So I mean, either one of those relics are just very handy to have in the long run. They will be very helpful because plenty of players find themselves with a level 20 Titan, and you're just trying to grind out as fast as possible. And you only have a couple relic slots. What are you going to do? Maybe you'll put a booster on there. But besides from that, if you can put some sort of other relics to help you out, that'd be great. Has anybody noticed, real quick, I just want to say for the Temple Takeover, doesn't this look, axe they have here in the picture, wouldn't that make a great 5-star relic? Like, isn't it real cool looking? I don't know. I'm just saying, don't waste your art, DOT devs. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, that looks like it could be a sweet 5-star. Anyway.
And you can't just slide on in here without saying hi, Val.
That's right.
She slides in and she puts herself on mute.
Mm-hmm. I was waiting for him to finish.
Yeah, that's okay.
If you're waiting for Zalon to sign up, that might be forever.
Right.
I was being polite.
Yes, this is true.
See, Zalon appreciates that, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Whatever. It's my birthday.
Happy belated birthday, Jim.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. You already wished me happy birthday. I told them that was a very kind thing that you did by messaging me at 12 o'clock to make sure you was one of the first ones. And that was very kind of you. Oh, I told them because I thought it was very sweet. It was very kind and very sweet of you to do.
Well, I'm glad you
take care of your players, and you remember the ones that take care of you. So I thought that was very kind. Mm-hmm. And Talks, he posted in every freaking chat.
Right.
He did.
And it was like it was a nice paragraph too. Like, Jim was born in. No, but
greatness occurred in that year.
Yeah, right. What's up, Zara? What's up, Truth? The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Happy birthday, Jim. What's up, Zalon? Thank you, Truth, for joining. What's up, Zara? Yo, Zalon, I still can't believe I still have a higher player level than you, and I haven't played in over a year. Well, Zara, it's time to come back. I actually got a message from a few more players today that I haven't heard from in a long time, and they're all coming back to the game here. We got Chef Base God back in the game. We got Vintage on a warpath. We got JJ killing it with his live streams. I can't believe it. Shooter McGavin's back, the ultimate free-to-play late night king.
Yeah, I saw that the other night.
Yeah.
Is he going to start streaming again?
He's going to start streaming again. He was on Prometheo's stream last night, actually. So, and Prometheo's pumping out streams too. Shooter McGavin's going to be back, and he actually, I don't want to get, I heard from a few other players that are going to be coming back too, and I don't want to blow up their scene yet, because if they don't want to make it public, that's fine. But I was told by one of them that they might be actually, instead of the way they were playing before, they might whale it up a little bit. I'm like, whale it up, man, coming in hot, huh? You know. So, and apparently, this player also was telling me that people are saying this resurrection event could be a reskilled Osiris. So.
A reskilled Osiris?
Yeah. I thought that was kind of ridiculous, being the fact that Osiris is pretty OP as is, but at this point, I guess he has fallen a bit.
Well, he's fallen a bit as far as maybe Sagunga and, Hachiman, but he's still an OP Titan to go out there and hit lands with, and I mean, a reskilled Osiris. That's
That's got you puzzled there, Jim. I mean, when he said it, I was like, huh. I really wasn't thinking about that either, but that's interesting, I guess. But I mean, I just don't know exactly what they could do. And yeah, that's right, DOT community. I'm grinding with Hachiman, getting absolutely no boost whatsoever, because I need to level him up.
Happy birthday, Jim.
What's up, Prometheus? Thank you, sir.
What's up, Bryson? Byron. Sorry.
Instead of reskilling Osiris, why don't they make some more relics for Osiris? The only ragged pauldron I have is resist physical. How about putting some resist earth and fire and ice and stuff like that, or give me some more relics for him. They don't need to reskill him.
Agreed. What's up, Joseph? Yes, Joseph saying, what's up, or great job to all who live streamed last week, made the grind for Hachiman fun. Yeah, exactly. When there's big events like that, this is the way it was, and Jim and Prometheo and Val all remember, this is the way it was for multiple times in the past years, but things fell off again for a little while there, and there wasn't a big streaming group, really. But back in the day, we used to have 24-hour live streams for some of these big Titans that came out. And
for the big events, yep.
Yeah. So I mean, like for Hachiman, I mean there was streamers trying to jockey for position like crazy because it's a new defender. People are all excited.
Oh, and we had Throne Wars in NTG. We had a 24-hour Discord going. There was people always on there.
Oh yeah, agreed. Which is another reason why I enjoyed Throne Wars so much, was because of the Discord. Because it felt like
I know. I heard Doom snore a couple times because he was always on there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that was the best.
Agreed. So, maybe Osiris.
Sure, I sent you an invite to Zalon's Discord if you want to jump in. It's up to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I already posted in the chat. The Discord link's in.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Thank you, Prometheo. I'm fairly certain Resurrection Event is the Mistress of Dread, which should be the Berserker Invoker. Well, no, Resurrection Event is before the Mistress of Dread. Mistress of Dread is the week after. They posted that in the on the blog. So that's why I was thinking Resurrection was implying another reskilled Titan, giving us another second week in a row of giving us a break before the Mistress comes out, because I believe she will be quite OP, and we'll be dealing with another god situation. Invoker, maybe. Summoner, most definitely, I would think. At this point.
Yeah.
Whether it's on the Invoke or whether it's on the skills.
Is there supposed to be another Egyptian one?
It sounds like she may be Egyptian, this Mistress of Dread. So if that's the case, would she be a Horde Titan?
I think Horde.
yeah, I would assume she would.
Yeah, you're thinking Horde too, Prometheo?
Yeah, I think the word dread is kind of really keying me in on that.
Yeah.
And there's there's a relic event right before that is going to be themed with the dead, and I think that's going to be a definite key in on skeletons and Horde.
So we will see. Oh, I didn't even look at the rankings. You gotta look at the rankings. We're ranked 122 right now in Legends. Let's get it up to 100. Any players in NTG Legends in the chat right now, move your butts. We're gonna do this. But Atacool is up there. They're actually giving Beta Soul's in second. I wonder how they're gonna handle that. But everybody else is pretty much in the same typical positions here in the top.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off. I gotta make dinner.
Okay, Val. No, thank you for coming, Val. We all appreciate it, especially I know Jim does.
Yes.
So.
Yes, thank you very much, Val. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I hope you guys will have a good night. Look on the event.
Okay. Awesome,
Yes, have a
Val.
good night, Val. Don't beat the kids too hard or too much, okay?
Yeah. Give them a break tonight on the beatings.
Yes, please.
All right.
You guys are terrible.
No. You're the best.
No, we're very good parents, Val.
No, we are very good parents, Val. We just like to bust you out on that. But anyway, you're an amazing mom. Your kids always say you're the best, so don't worry.
Oh, well, thank you. Go on. I will talk to you all later.
All right. Have a
Bye.
good night.
Bye.
So as we get on the list, Events are Rush is showing at 17th, Hammer at 19th, and then, of course, we did see One Vision there too, and Unknown, 22nd, very nice. Let's see, and also there's War at 39. Actually, Jim, are you guys in 50 for this one or no? Are you guys chilling or trying to?
Yeah, we're chilling. We're just I forget what position we was in at the time, but we was the one above the 4,000 gems, but we're going to go for the 4,000 gems.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, we're not doing much with this event. I got like 600 souls. I mean, I'm not doing nothing for
Well,
this.
you used your TOW relics, I'm sure. So.
Yes.
Which is the
Well, no,
smartest move.
I got one more to use, actually. The TOW relics. I got 2 1-stars and a 2-star.
Yeah.
I wasn't very lucky at TOW.
Yeah, neither was I. I got 3 1-stars, but to be honest with you, I wasn't. For me, I'm just shooting for 4,500, maybe 6,000 if I can get that 4-star XP relic. But we'll see what happens. I have off work tomorrow, so if we have some people live streaming tomorrow, maybe, or maybe I'll just rewatch some other people's because this last week was pretty insane. Although, look forward to this DOT community next week with Conquest. There's definitely I plan on doing at least, I don't know, maybe 2 streams for Conquest. We'll see what happens. Just because I'm so excited and pumped to max out Hachi, man. Because I'm still going to be doing that this weekend as well, trying to get him leveled up as much as possible. But I'm maxing him during Conquest.
Wait a minute. You don't have Hachi Man maxed out yet.
No, I don't, but I will. He will be maxed.
I know.
Come on, he will be maxed.
Come on. Well,
Listen. I threw a lot of Titan food into Tengu before, and then we had a fusion event, so I didn't have a lot of excess.
Oh my goodness, Tengu distracted me from a ranger. Come on, Salon, you can do better than that.
Prometheo. That was a challenge that I had to deal with at the time. So, but don't worry, I threw in as much as well. That's why I did those pulls. I did those pulls during the fusion event. I got that level 25 4-star Ladega, which was nice. So I threw in as much as I could on fusion.
What is your Hachi Man at?
43, I think, something like that. He's getting there. Don't worry.
Salon, I hate to call you out on your own stream here, but you're whining like a Castle 20 noob. Come on, buddy.
Well, okay, what food do I have to give him? is what I'm trying to get at right now. I didn't have anything
Well,
else.
let's go take a look. We'll just wander right down the shopping cart aisles and put them in the cart for you, buddy.
No, I can't. I can't be just throwing away rando Titans for no reason.
Not between
But
fusion
okay.
events.
It's not for no reason, though. Right now, in this current meta,
Yeah, and you think this meta is going to be over by next week? You think Hachiman's going to be over by next week?
I don't think it's going to be over by next week.
He's not going to be over by next week.
I think Hachiman could be a relevant Titan for the next 6 months, to be honest.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Exactly. I think he will be quite relevant, and if you take 2 weeks to max him out, it does not mean anything in comparison to 6 months. So
you're saying it's going to take 2 weeks for you to max him out?
Well, this is the second week.
Zalan, I would agree with you, but for the fact that fusion event was the day after he dropped, and I'm sure that you could have figured it out because this guy is so dominant. If you want to see that wall of greens, now is the time to get it before the next big Titan drops.
Well, yeah, I know. Don't get me wrong. I know. I definitely see the game multiple times a day. And look at
this
my
is
situation.
The guy who got the Bow of Gods on his Hachiman stream. I mean,
I know,
Prometheus.
What's up, Erica? Oh, she's wishing you a happy birthday as well. Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Erica. I appreciate it.
Honestly, Zalan, we're only giving you a hard time because you pulled that Bow of the Gods.
I know.
That was a really good pull.
I know. But see, I'm not the only one. I've been seeing Bow of the Gods getting pulled by so many other people, including...
JJ pulled a Bow of the Gods and a Stormbringer.
Oh,
yeah, that was great.
I
My
know.
God. He didn't have a Ranger 5-star.
That is a spoiler alert for everybody in the stream that didn't watch it yet. But if you haven't watched it, listen, no, it's okay because it's been out for a few days yet. If you haven't watched it yet, you're missing out.
He has it in his teaser, Zalan. It's in the card. You can see it in the background.
It's true. But see, instead of mine making it completely very clear exactly what it is, he at least blurred it out like the devs do sometimes. 4K gems is the way to go, says Joseph. It's a boring, lame event, not worth joining an event team and wasting gems or boost Titans. 4K or top 100 is ideal. Yeah, well, an event team shooting for top 100. Yeah.
I don't even want top 100. I just want the 4K gems. What is top 100? I forget even.
Is prestige food, ice prestige food. That's all you're looking at. You're looking at Frost Boar.
I figure with Conquest next week plus the Resurrection event, I'll be over 5,000 DGs too, and I'm going to pull a Norse Relic.
Oh, really? You're going to pull a Norse? And how long has it been since you pulled a 5-star, Jim?
Well, I have a little over 4,000 DGs, so...
Well, I'm just curious if it's been... I mean, how long did it take you to accumulate that? I mean, you've been hitting some of these events pretty hard recently, so I'm sure that you've actually been able to jump up pretty quick.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. For a while there, I'm doing events every week and stuff like I was before. So the last couple... Yeah, I've been hitting the events, the last few of them, and, when you get 700 DGs every event, it helps. So I figure depending on how many they put in Conquest, either by Conquest or the Resurrection event, I'll have enough to pull a Norse Relic.
All right, well, I'm doing 2K. That's my next goal, is 2K, just because I did a 7K, a 5K. Now I'm going to do a 2K in hopes that I either get an Earthshaker or I get a Norse Relic. And if I don't
I think that's a good plan.
If I don't, if it's total crap at the 2K, it's whatever, because after that, I'm jumping back up to 7K again. So
my plan, Zalan, is I'm gonna keep pulling 2K till I get Night Whisper because there's no other way to get it.
Right. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just do 752, 752, 752 until they change it, pretty much. And if I'm on my way up to 7, and they change it to better Titans, I might just shoot straight for 15 real quick. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's only if I'm actually anywhere close to 7 and they do something crazy with the altar. Unless, because this is still a theory of mine that I did mention on Prometheus stream the other night, so I want to reiterate it one more time. that they do release a new class of Titan here soon, and then they add 3 new 5-stars to the altar, and this is at the same time they pull Huntress and Oni out and possibly put 2 new big Titans in of a different element, which means maybe like 2 Grenadier based Titans that are super OP, but they're the new class at the same time, just because they know Grenadiers are at the bottom of the totem pole still. That they still have to make these new Titans like the new class or whatever. 1 offensive build, 1 defensive build, similar to the way Lifespark and Necrosa are. If that's the case. And then that's when they will also introduce the 3 new, 1 new Golden Relic for the new class, 1 new Norse Relic for the new class, and 1 new regular, 2K or Divine 5-star Relic for the new class. That's how I see that whole thing changing around. But we will see, and time will tell.
I don't care what they do. I just want the bow of the gods.
That's what you want?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Well, how many? Well, Jim, how many how many Norse relics do you have right at?
I don't have any Norse relics.
Oh no. Oh well, then you'll be most likely happy.
No Norse relics.
You'll be most likely happy with your pool, being the fact that there's at least a good 4 out of 6 Norse relics that are really good.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what I get, I'm going to be happy because it's going to be a 5-star number 1, and I ain't going to have to, and it's going to be my first Norse relic. But I really want the bow for obvious reasons for Hachi, man. I mean, put the bow on and put the 1 relic and max out on resist. Well, elemental resist anyway.
Good evening, Warhammer. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Warhammer. Appreciate it. So that's what I'm really hoping for, is that bow of the gods.
Oh, Truth mentioned getting rid of Throne Wars equaled number 1 mistake the DOT devs made. Yeah, I definitely think that was one of the... for me, might have been playing... I don't know, Truth, if I was playing earlier or later than you. But I'll tell you, I've definitely seen quite a few mistakes along the way. TOP was one of them too, Trials of Power. But I agree.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about the Throne Wars was pushing those lands.
Yeah.
They needed to go into a queue or something like that. I mean, pushing those lands was just a pain.
Yeah, it was. Agreed. I'm missing both the Infiltrator and Ranger 5-stars from the 2K altar. That means neither my Tengu or Hachi have 5-stars equipped. See, that's the thing. It does seem like it doesn't matter if it's a 2K or a Norse, or in some case some Golden Relics as well, that, you could have a great Titan stable, multiple Titans of great value in the game, but without the 5-stars, you just don't have that Titan at its highest capabilities. So, DG.
I just saw your thumbnails, Alon.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah, I just saw it.
It's a good one, right? I think it was pretty good.
Happy birthday, BMT, a.k.a. Jim / Big Daddy.
I had to make sure that they knew who I was talking about. You know what I mean? I could just say BMT, and there may be some people that are confused. They're like, "Well, I know a guy named Jim. He's kind of got like a bit of a scratchy voice that comes on Discord sometimes, But
hey, this golden voice has been my ticket for years.
You hear it? Is there any chance they'll bring back Elemental Grasp anytime soon? That's a great question, Tyler P. What's the last event they offered it?
They've had it twice now.
Twice, and each time I definitely got them. You're looking at...
I got 2 of them, and they're both max. That's all I got, but I would love to have a 3rd.
Right. I don't know too many people that have 3. Most people have 2. Occasionally, I could swear there was an altar event where you could pull one, and I think some people did. But what's up, Shy? Thank you for joining. if I remember correctly, there was a relic event for it. Correct? Where it was it was like a 2 or 3 day relic event.
Yeah.
And there was another event where it was offered in the milestones of an alliance event. I'm pretty certain there was an alliance event that it was also offered in. That might have been during the... Gosh, I feel like it was offered a second time. Was that during the birthday celebration this last year? What's up, Fat Heed?
I can't remember. I want to say it was a relic event that it was offered in, but I don't know when it was.
Well, then how was it offered 2 times then, is what I'm trying to think. I could
The
swear...
first time it was offered because it was the viewer's choice, remember?
Well, yeah. But was that in a actual, like, milestone of an event, or was that a relic event only?
No, that was a milestone. I don't even think it was a... Wasn't that one of the ones we had to... The community as a whole had to do so many battles or earn so many VP before we open it and got it?
Something like that.
Was it that one of those?
I think so.
The first time it was offered? Then the second time it was offered, I believe it was in just a relic event.
More birthday wishes for you, Jim, in the chat.
Oh, Shy, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Fat Heat, thank you very much.
So,
Yeah,
Jim,
that's a great
do you
relic,
get to
yeah.
relax this weekend then? Or are you working this weekend?
No, I took 4 days off for my birthday. I took Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Super
off.
ballin', Jim. That's the way to go.
Yeah, I had, eating steak and pizza, and I'm just fucking, this is like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right, Jim. It's my birthday, and I'll swear on John's live stream.
Glad Dee's not here. She's in language.
Yeah, she'd be like, language, Jim. That's right.
No, I'm just chilling. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I had several drivers call me, and I'm like, nope. I got 4 days off. I'm taking 4 days off, just relaxing and not doing nothing.
Well, that's good, Jim. That's a good way to do it. Good way to do it. I like it. Yeah, right, Truth. You know it's Jim's birthday. He's dropping F-bombs.
Yeah.
Frantic says no. If it's elemental grasp you were talking about, since I don't... Frantic, you don't have elemental grasp because it was that popular and it was something that the community voted on. Frantic was like, nope, too meta for me. Too meta for me. That's funny, Frantic. I can't believe it. You don't have elemental grasp? I mean, Jesus. Too trendy for Frantic's blood.
Don't want to get in that meta.
Yeah, whew. And then soon as I pulled that Bow of the Gods, Frantic on my stream was like, how do you feel, Zalon? Tip of the meta. in his Kiwi voice. Tip of the meta.
Yeah, that Bow of the Gods that's a great relic. I mean, especially for this Titan, it's a great relic.
Oh, interesting, Shy. I'm really hoping the Resurrection event coming up is a reskilled Almirand where they give the Titan void damage instead of ice. Interesting. What are you guys all standing here for? Yeah, it's because they're right here.
Void instead of ice on Almirand would be great.
Right? Jamie says it was offered in Relic event, then Alliance event, and an Altar Pull event. The Altar Pull event, I know a lot of people did not get anything. Prometheo, you got a third one, right?
Yeah, I have 3.
Yeah, very rare.
I actually think Val has either 3 or 4. I think she pulled 1 or 2 from that, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember 100%.
Wow, that's impressive.
Jim still has 2.
Yeah, I still have 2 as well. Because most people do. That were around for those events, yes. Look at the soul count. Oh, that's not bad over there either. Soul count 1788. We're on the grind. Oh, and Chance, I don't know if you're still in the stream or not. If you are, Chance, he told me to pull a few on him. So these are not save tokens. I did not pull my save tokens in case I wanted to use some gems. 1 star. All right, I'll chill for a second on that. We are gonna bust out. We got Hachiman on there, I know, and I've been grinding with him. I'll get back to grinding with him, of course, but this is just to give the Alliance a little bit of a boost and to appreciate the Chance did donate earlier, and I do appreciate that, of course. But I do have Lithator, and there is an Alliance with a crap ton of minis. So you gotta love that, right? All right. At least for streaming purposes, it's the best. So, Sean M says,
So what did you end up with? Was there any NTG team that ended up in top 50?
oh yeah, War got a second Hachiman. Yeah.
That's unusual that War gets it and Hammer does it, isn't it?
Yeah. It was rough.
Yeah, we didn't put on our big boy pants for that one.
No big boy pants. Sean M, happy B-Day, BMT. About to clock out of work. I'll catch the stream in the AM. Happy hunting. Thank you, Sean M. Thank you for dropping in. And
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it.
dropping some likes. Do appreciate that. All right, so let's go find that super low alliance. Oh, and Legends is out of demotion. What? We'll see if Hammer gets out of demotion. There's only 30 teams in here. That's why.
Raiders are just kind of chilling, and we're preparing everything. We're doing a VP push on Monday again.
Nice. All right, let's get this done. Whatever. So I did. Okay. What's the highest? I have a quick question for the community because I haven't really seen too much about exactly what some of the highest damage hitters in the game are hitting for at this current time. Does anybody know what the highest base damage, like for instance when you're playing around DOT database, what's the highest base damage anyone has actually seen?
Base damage or damage plus the relics?
Well, damage plus the relics. Like when you have everything built and you're looking at it, not critical, not taking in charge damage or any of that stuff. Just that number that you see right there. What's the highest you've seen?
I believe Tusk had like 350,000 on Deers or something like that.
On a what?
On Grenadiers for Solzar.
No, not troops. I meant Titan.
Oh, I have no idea. I had no idea what a Titan damage would be.
Okay. I was just curious because I saw... I was playing around with an idea. Oh, Chance, you need to be added? Okay. There you go. Interesting. I thought I already sent those out, but maybe not everybody got them. But anyway, I was playing around with something, and I was able to get a particular Titan.
Okay. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Chance.
Boom!
Can we hear you?
Hey,
We
Chance.
can always hear you. Can we hear you?
Yeah.
Well, no, Jim, we're in the executive server
Yeah.
because Mr. Chicken, Attack Dog, got us bumped up to an executive server because he was bumping around with Chicken for an hour and a half.
This is well, that is one of the reasons this happened, but also at the same time too, I just wanted to have a little bit more of a dedicated server just to strictly what I was doing. I couldn't.
No, good call. Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't find the Discord extinction? Hold on.
Well, it was. Yeah, it's hard to find you. I don't know. It's weird.
Well,
Well,
okay.
I sent him an
Come on.
invite.
Hey, Jim, happy birthday, buddy. What's up?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There it is.
Yo, big deal. Okay.
I was just gonna mention that. So I did get a Titan up to like well, I was able to if I had one other skill, but it would have messed around with the critical. But I had a Titan up to like 188,000, and that's before critical. So the critical hit would be like 560, and then if there's charge on top of that, it would be even crazier. But if a Titan was hitting for 560,000 every hit, would that be the highest anyone's ever seen, or no?
On a Titan, that would be the highest I've ever seen.
I'm just curious.
Well, and the important thing is like Tengu, like, yeah, you can get them to 80% critical, but don't forget about those fire guys. You know, get them to 80% too. And really enjoy
Oh
it.
no, this is a Titan that's not. This is not Tengu. This is a different Titan that I'm referring to. I just was curious to see if anyone else had seen. This is with Prestige though. This is with Max Prestige. But I was thinking on my test account that I might max prestige this certain particular Titan out and show them off and be like, hey, you know, they can hit for, you know, 560k every single time they hit a target because they're critting every single time. I mean, obviously, there's also rage and everything else that you can also factor in, and also charge damage, at least for the first hit. So,
well, you know, whatever the comments say, you do you. They gave you these test accounts for a reason.
Well, this is also because if I do what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prestige this Titan on my main account because I have this Titan with the skills and everything I need to do this. I just want to see. I want to see if this Titan, if I do this on my test account, if I can just go and roll garrisons with it, and if I can. I'm just going to be incredibly impressed because this Titan, again, is not something that is really fairly new. It's looking at a Titan.
Well, if you're doing 560,000 damage with crit, as long as you got to resist it, you're gonna be able to withstand it because I'm assuming it's probably an infiltrator.
Yeah, well,
Is what you're using. As long as you got enough health on that infiltrator, enough resist that they're not going to die quickly.
Well, I also was thinking about incorporating the Earth Staff because the shield spell has a lot to do with how long this Titan lasts. But yes.
Well,
Gentlemen, I will see you soon. Have a good stream, Zalon. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, okay, Prometheo. Have a good one. Thank you for joining.
Have a good one.
hey, but
See you, Jim.
that's an interesting point though. Like really, like everybody thought Hachiman was going to be a really a big turning point with like the Earth Staff. But like, you don't really need him for that. You can put Earth Staff on anything. So
Tyler P, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Time will tell. I'm going to go Daniel on that one.
okay.
But
Yeah, that's what I thought it was too, actually, because I remember your Aurea was a perfect skilled Aurea.
yeah, with the double crit and the double damage with the X skill damage. Well, I don't know. You might have to just look at Aurea's prestige and just see what happens. I don't know. It's just it's I don't know. If that's the
Listen
case.
to you sound like a devil. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, soon.
I do like the top 50 getting a couple of 4-star fire titans to go on to Tango though. That's nice.
This is true. Everyone seems to be looking at prestige as more of the reward, as in, I don't give a crap about these titans. I'm just going to use them for prestige.
Yeah, I would say that's secondary to Divine Gems. Like, there's no reason for me to do this event, except for, hey, 500 instead of 750 Divine Gems. But also, you get a couple of fire guys to put in the Tengu. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're not looking at these titans along to max them out to put them on one of our lands.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
These are garbage titans.
Yeah, well, my Tengu has both Staff of Earth and Iron equipped. It's pretty nice. Nice, Austin.
Look at FL Rebel jumping into your stream.
Yeah, I know. He's hiding in the bushes. What's up, FL Rebel? Thank you for joining.
Mother Trucker, how old are you? You 70, 80? How old are you?
Yeah, I'd say some things right now, but it's a long stream.
Getting up there, huh? Okay.
I'm old enough to know better, and I age like wine to find decay.
Okay.
Extinction age is like milk. He gets all lumpy and bad.
Yeah, lumpy and mad. Nice. What's up, Winfred? Oh, Val's still listening, though. She finds this quite hilarious.
Yeah, she might not be on here. She might not speak a lot, but she's always listening.
Mm-hmm. That's right. She's like, oh, Jim.
Yeah, Dia and Drum have the marriage relationship. You guys have the boyfriend girlfriend long distance relationship. That's it. It's always fun.
No, we're not boyfriend girlfriend.
I know.
Yeah, well,
I know.
You gotta make sure it's clarified, Chance.
Right. Uh-oh.
It's gonna get people in trouble.
Yeah.
But FRL Rebel's still watching. He says salutations. Right? Salutations. Yeah, and happy birthday, old fart. Very nice. FRL. Very nice. Snowgore with Earthshaker.
Yes, we know, Val. I told him. I know.
Snowgore with Earthshaker. Really? You're gonna do me like that, Extinction? I need Earthshaker more than anything when it comes down to those 2K pulls. And
Zalon, how do you find this stuff? Like, you and Godan, like, are you guys just texting each other like little schoolgirls? Like, how do you find these little like ping pong baby lands?
Oh, no. What, me and Godan, we talk about where to find the baby lands? No, you just, each server that you're on, doesn't matter where you are, Masters League or Legends League, typically there's usually an alliance that's filled with them. So.
It's great.
You just gotta look around.
I'm so lucky. Yeah. Well, time well spent. That's nice. Yeah, you're doing good.
Well, just for this is only if I'm using event relics. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go back to the regular 25 Pong lands and just keep Hachiman leveled. No. Yeah, this is strictly just to use up event relics. I pulled a 1-star, and I got one more battle left. I'm gonna pull one more for your donation, Chance. It's keeping.
Oh, shut up!
It's keeping the grind lively. Hopefully, I'll get something a little better than a 1-star, though. Oh no, another 1-star. That's
4-star.
People think I have like the greatest luck in the game, but that's only because maybe they see some of the highlights. They see some highlights and then they think that that's the way it is all the time. You know.
No, Zalon, that's just Ice revving you up and getting in your head. He loves to say dev button and you freak out. It's fine.
Yeah, well, also, too, at the same time, you also got players. No, I even see it in my comment section sometimes. Players are like,
oh, really?
Oh, man, I wish I had the Zalon luck. I'm like, it's not that great. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be pretty good, but, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like to do it on stream because if it is good and I don't do it on stream, I'm like, well, that was wasted because I could have done it with everyone on the stream. But a lot of times I don't.
And rubbed it in everybody's nose.
No, not rub it in everybody's nose. But it's more exciting when you see something good happen than just see a bunch of garbage. That's at least my opinion. Because I get when JJ did his pulls. Man, I lost it because he just spent an entire hour talking about which 5-stars he would want, and then he did those pulls at the end. I mean, come on, it couldn't have been any better. So
that was a little bit silly. Like if ever like Zalon gets a lot of crap, but like if ever there was a dev button like meeting in the last 6 months, it would be yo JJ. You got both the gods and the offensive version. Like, calm down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and yeah, you can hear it in his voice when he pulls that second
Freaked
one.
Out. Yeah.
He freaked out. And I mean, people would rag on me for going 4-star. You know what I mean? People rag on me for that, but boy, I mean, you can hear how excited he was, and plenty of you that are listening right now in the chat on Discord, re-listening to the stream later. All of you have had that situation too, where all of a sudden you pull something. It could be an event relic. It could be a token that you got in an event. It could be anything in the game that you pull, and all of a sudden you just it's crazy. You're just like, holy crap! I just got it.
Oh, dude, yeah, I've been at the gas station. I've been at work. People who have no idea who I am, and like shove it in their face, like, look at this 4-star. They're just like, you're crazy,
right?
Like, no, yeah.
Jim's driving down the road, beeping the horn on his car, on his vehicle. Beep beep, 5-star. Beep. Norse relics.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's what I want. I need that bow of the gods.
Well, don't pull while you're driving, Jim. You might get into an accident. Either with excitement or with anger. No.
Right.
See, I'd say some things here, but again, I'm on the launch.
Feranic says,
I'll refrain.
1 year older, 1 year wiser in DOT at least. Oh, nicely done, Feranic. Nicely done. So, actually, you know what, Jim? Go back a year ago. Actually, these would make for great videos as well. But go back a year ago, Jim. What were you super excited about a year ago in the game? Let's see. It would have been almost the middle of last summer. So, gosh, all the invokers weren't even out yet. So they didn't even exist right now, I don't think. Because we saw invoking, I believe, I don't know, arrows.
I don't even know what I was excited about a year ago.
A year ago. I was thinking, well, I'm just thinking about in the game itself. Because, I mean, I'm thinking last summer.
So is he. He's like, yeah, a year ago.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
too far.
Yeah, exactly. I barely remember what I did 2 days ago.
Yeah, well, that's true. Things in the game go, well, I'm just going to say, just in general, just with the game itself, things go pretty fairly quickly in the game, because a month in the game feels like a lot longer than really just 4 weeks. Crazed Haze, just watched JJ stream. I thought he was mad. No, he's not. Osiris.
No, he is.
Mauricio, didn't Osiris come out during Halloween last year, though? So, maybe it was like the beginning of the Horde-pocalypse.
Yeah, all the Void really started in the fall, so probably around that time, yeah.
Yeah.
He was about the fourth one out, wasn't he? Happy birthday, Jim, by the way.
Hey, Rick.
Grinding out these ones.
Yeah, Osiris was, Bast and Osiris were not, they were probably like 4th to 6th. They were a little bit later.
Yeah, Sobek, Ra, Anubis were all out before them.
Yeah, Anubis was first. I remember saying multiple times, like, the first one's not gonna be the best one, because that's just the way it always is.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, they hooked you a little bit. Yeah.
Well, not for Feranic. Feranic, you haven't even leveled up your horde is sitting at 14 still, right?
Oh, it starts at 16. I did just start going...
No, I just de-leveled your horde to 14, Feranic. But no, go on.
To be fair, I did just start leveling them up to 17. But that's because all my other troops are maxed.
Now, everyone here
Feranic.
in the chat, has anyone else got horde leveled at 17? Even, if you're lower level castle, it's understandable. But Feranic's been playing for 4 years, longer than anyone else. He was a beta player, so
no, this is ridiculous conversation. Like, there's no way somebody's been playing for 4 years has 17 void. He's just, this is, yeah, no, Zalon's milking this, but like, this is silly.
If you saw the band posts, I posted 2 screenshots showing everything leveled up to 25 apart from the Horde at 16.
No, I believe you. I'm just saying you're ridiculous.
This is just a ridiculous conversation, is what Chance is getting.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
I did it for variety purposes. I like to play with
Okay.
And in Conquest and stuff, I used Horde a lot with Osiris.
Oh, nice.
Because you get max. Anyway.
Oh, well, see,
So-
that's okay. Wait. So Feranic did do one thing that was most definitely on point, was getting Osiris. So.
Oh, I pulled Osiris. I didn't do the Osiris
Oh
event.
my gosh, you got an
Wow.
Osiris like that's
Oh my
through the
gosh.
backdoor option of getting him through a pull.
Dude.
Wow,
You are.
Yep.
that is incredibly lucky for Feranic. Wow.
Okay.
It keeps it fun. No point doing the same as everybody else.
That's
Just
true.
boring.
That's true. Feranic does beat to a different drum. You know, because I've heard JJ say too a lot of times when he's talking to people on Discord as well about how you're playing a different game, because it's very true. A lot of players play the game a lot differently than everybody else. What's up, Joven? How we doing?
So you're in Legends, aren't you, Zalon?
Yeah, I'm in Legends right now. We're creeping up. We're in 112th place.
Who's near the top of the leaderboard for Souls in Legends?
Weak.
Let's
Top
see.
50,
I bet you it's Feranic.
Top 50.
It's
Let's go.
yeah, it is. It's Feranic. Feranic's number 1. You know why Feranic's number 1 is because this
There we go.
is an unpopular event. I can't believe it.
The real question here is that since Chance is in the same alliance with Extinction, what's that going to feel like? Well, I mean, are we going to have a new number 1? Are you guys going to have a new number 1 VP?
Well, yeah. So D was like, "Hey, like, are you comfortable? Like, would you want to compete with?" Yeah, and so I'm like, you know what? Like, 10 million, I could probably float around that. I can float around that. Like, now, granted, I don't have Necrosa, but I'll mess with them a little bit. Like, we're top 50. We're not going number 1, but I'll mess with Extinction a little bit, and I'll challenge him for VP.
Hear that, Extinction? Crazed Haze, Minor 23, just got my Horde to 17, says Austin. Mauricio, yeah, Osiris was in the Halloween, you were right, yep, okay. I'm still 1 castle level away from having Horde. Alright, Joven, that's totally fine. I'm sure you're grinding away, and as soon as you do get them, you will utilize them. I'm sure you've been getting Horde drops, though, just because they drop as a troop.
Oh, love those.
Well, I'm jumping back off again just to listen. Just popped on to wish Jim happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, I
Feranic.
appreciate it, Feranic.
Happy 56th. Let's go.
I thought it was 65. Oh well.
Dyslexic. We got it.
See you guys later.
See you later. Feranic.
Later.
Alright, DOT community. So, where's everybody else shooting for in this event? Let's just put it that way. I know a lot of people have said, I personally say 4.5 to 6K is a great area to look at. If you can get to 6, grab that 4-star XP relic if you want it, you know, obviously. But it seems quite obtainable with some grinding. Nope, fireworks are going off outside. They're for you, Jim. I'm just going to say that.
I thought they were.
I know, right? You
I
know,
mean,
so
that goes without saying.
there's definitely some major grumblings in the city of Philadelphia about fireworks going off on like a regular basis all the time. And they were talking about it, of course, on the radio station I always listen to all the time. And immediately afterwards, the same radio ad for this one firework company comes on. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how can the DJs not hear these ads? Because they literally play this ad, I want to say like a dozen or more times throughout the day. And it just straight up like, come to Phantom Fireworks. we're stationed on like blah 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 blah. Come down and see, buy one get two free. We got the big ones. It's like you are straight up playing these ads that are selling you to come and buy the completely legit, big fireworks. Because at least Pennsylvania now it's legal and everything for the past few years. And everybody's complaining about every single night with people setting off fireworks all the time. I'm like, and they're even asking like, where are these people getting all these fireworks? It's like, yo, you're advertising all these big companies that are selling them out the wazoo right now. It's very.
Well, it gets a little ridiculous, fireworks every single night. It gets a little ridiculous, to be honest.
Well, it seems like and it's crazy too because there's people calling in to the radio station talking about it, and it didn't seem like anybody that actually was doing it every night would come on and defend it. It was just everybody saying, "Oh, it's horrible. Oh, we got to do something about this." Like, did you call the police? Like some of these people calling in, they're like, I called them multiple times, but there's not much they can do because as soon as they show up, they're just going off somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, in Zalon, in Pennsylvania, do they have, so in Nebraska, they have like 10 days before, 4 days after kind of a rule? Do they have that with Pennsylvania or no?
Nah, that's interesting. I've actually...
Kind of liberal?
It was always...
There's a range where it's okay in Nebraska.
Interesting.
Before or after that,
range of okay. Okay.
Yeah,
well, in Pennsylvania, they used to, at least while I was growing up, all big fireworks were completely illegal, and you had to have a permit in Pennsylvania to have them and to use them. Luckily enough, I had my best friend growing up. A bunch of his family members were licensed, fireworks people that would actually do professional shows. So I would actually get to tag along with them every once in a while and actually help them set off a show. So it was kind of neat, but at the same time, and they did have like connections to get fireworks that normal people that didn't have at least a license could be able to get it. Yeah. But a few years ago, they just all of a sudden just decided to because everybody always had stories, we go down to South Carolina every year, we pick them up down there, and people bring them back. That's typically what a lot of people would do, would just get them from out of state and bring them back. But now that they're readily available just down at the, the tent that's set up down in the grocery store parking lot, that's pretty much what, how everybody does it. And when it comes down to like when it's okay, like pretty much just 4th of July, like if it's like over a weekend, then it would be, pretty much that weekend people would be more or less accepting that. I mean, the police would already be showing up at people's parties just for, general disturbance because, things can get out of control, I'm sure, at some parties. But for the most part, they didn't really, make a big deal about it. But I would say at this point now, in at least the cities, it's starting to become quite a disturbance. In the suburbs where I am, I don't see people really making a big deal about it. But we'll see what happens. Oh, yeah, Prometheo did a good live stream last night if you're after something to watch later. Yeah, I had Shooter and myself on for some of it. Yeah, they had a nice meta review of Titans. Yeah, that's very cool. I'm actually going to probably put it on either later tonight or tomorrow because I'll be looking for some more streaming action.
Wait a minute, Prometheo had a live stream last night? What time?
Yeah, it was very late. I actually woke up.
Oh my gosh!
I woke up.
It's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Well, he's on the West Coast. He's on the West Coast. He's on the West Coast. But I agree with you, Chance. It was a bit rough.
They're tricksters.
Right? So who joined us here on Discord?
Jon Snow joined us on Discord.
Okay, I just couldn't read that for a second. What's up, Jon Snow?
Yeah.
He's on mute right now.
That's all right.
He's one of mine. He's with me, Raiders.
Turning the background devices down.
Yeah. It's okay. That's a good thing to do before you join on Discord, though, too.
Or you could just be told, like I got. You got TV on. Yeah, I'll turn it.
Yeah, Jim.
Smack on the wrist.
Right. All right. So where are we at? What's the soul count? Should I give for Feranic a run for his money? No, I'm only at 2,600. Feranic's chilling at like what? 6,000? Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because if anything, that would require a lot more pulls. But what I will do is actually, you know what? Well, I'm gonna switch back to Hachiman and get back to leveling him because I'm just more concerned
All right,
about that.
Zalon. Hey, Zalon, you ready for a real conversation right now, bro?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go on. Go, whatever you want to do. What's up? What's on your mind?
So like NTG, obviously not in beta anymore.
Oh, is that why beta's in second? Is that what?
Dude,
is that why?
So like everybody watches social media now in the last couple of months with YouTube and Dawn of Titans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody makes a comment, everybody else it resonates, it echoes. And like now, Chance is in NTG for a reason. Like, why do we have 150,000 differences between 1, 2, and 3? It's unnecessary. And like, quite frankly, I am a fan of Vintage, Ice, Zalon, all these guys who go, you know what? There's no reason to be like number 1, number 3, number 5. Because, hey, Saturday, we have a level 31, level 34, level 37 Hachiman. And it's like, okay, so then, you know what I mean? Like, I think I think everybody recognizes, like, the nonsense of what it takes to get, like, the cool new guy, and then, hey, like, it's a level 1 relic, you have to work for it for a couple of weeks. And so, I don't know, man.
So you wanted to change things up. You have a little bit of a different view on the leaderboard and where you want to be. So, nice.
Yeah, what it is like it's ego. It's 100% ego. Like, why would you go 8,000 over an event finishing for a level 30? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? So until there's a very stark discrepancy from what we've earned a level 60 Titan being on the number 1 team in the world. Hey, so cool, right? And we're only giving a level 30. Like, what's the incentive? And oh, by the way, we're hurting ourselves when we have a huge 300, 600,000 soul minimum between 1 and 5. That's silly. That's just silly.
So you would rather take some of your time and finances and be able to put it to a little bit better use. And
dude, okay. So so take it from me, right? The guy that was just Vintage is dumb, and I can beat him now because he dropped out of the Void meta. Now I have an edge on Vintage as of fall of last year. And then now, all this time later, Tengu, Sagunga, Lifespark. Hachiman, he missed out on Pigsy. And so, like, what we're talking about is a very large discrepancy from what we're earning to what we're putting into. So, why...
You're saying since he took such a long break, how is he able to come back in and just be right back in the meta?
Right. And so, you know, he was so anti-Void, and now Void isn't even an issue, right? Now Void is dead with Sagunga. Like, boom, gone. And Lifespark, and all these things. And so, like, the fact that there's, like, a 3 to 6 months, I mean, like, it pains me to say that this game is going in the right direction. But, like, the relics are painful, and the fact that we have to change everything we do every month is painful. But it's a lot.
Well, and Chance, you're changing things up, and you're going to still notice that you're going to have just as much fun enjoying the game with a little bit of a different mentality change. So don't worry, because I've changed mentalities a few times in this game about exactly what I'm looking for, what makes it enjoyable, and where I'm going in the game. So, trust me.
And you are definitely a steadfast stone in the fact that, like, changes are crazy. Like, pace yourself. You and Godan, like, very steady mentality. Like there's been very big changes every 6 months, but like you guys are always like, okay, we're just rolling with it. We're good. You know what I mean? And like Hachiman, it might be the
Oh, you dropped out there, Chance. I might have lost him. So, Jim, Truth says, sing happy birthday to our boy. Can you hear me, Jim? Or did I lose you too? Let me just jump out and jump back in.
Christian is right now, like, oh man, you feel so cool having this guy, right? And like, you'll spend a couple months prestiging up with some physical tech. It's just a wave. Like, it's always the big defender, the big offender. Like, but like right now, I want to enjoy it for like 6 months, but I know it's probably maybe 2 or 3 months before something comes and crushes it.
We'll see. We'll see. But Truth wants us to sing happy birthday to Jim.
Ooh.
So we're going to have to. Thank you, Truth, for donating. I always appreciate that. So, is everybody ready? I'll start it, and I'll sing it all the way through if I have to. So, Hachiman is going to, continue to dominate in the background. So, are you ready? Happy birthday to Jim. Happy birthday to Jim. Happy birthday, dear BMT. Happy birthday to you. There you go.
Man.
It's official.
That was beautiful.
I know, right?
That was awesome. It brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, I was going to say, wipe the tear from your left eye. Get that out of the way.
His speaker face says the game is evolving. That's got to be good for everyone. Yeah, of course, definitely. The game evolves on a regular basis, and of course, sometimes it's not in the direction that you may like, or it may not be in the direction of the current Titans and troops that you have leveled higher than others. Because that's definitely happened to all of us at some point or another.
Exactly. Like a panther muzzle. Give me a panther muzzle, gosh dang it.
Right? All of a sudden, hey, you're whatever
you don't have
troop.
A panther muzzle?
I do.
Don't rub it in, jerk.
I do.
Oh, you too.
Seriously, you don't.
Well, it was because it was a solo event, Relic. I didn't.
It was at the very end, and that solo event, I just happened to be like, oh man, I got to do this.
Yeah, you and I said like, oh, I'm gonna listen to Prometheo for like once in my life, and I was like, Prometheo's dumb. Prometheo's dumb, and then I missed it, and I'm like, dang it.
Joven, oh my god, again, a chorus of pain, right? What's up, Christian Woods? Thank you for joining.
Wow,
But here we go again. Oh, it's Jon Snow from Raiders. Oh, Austin Burr says, I'm just going for 2 to 3K souls. Nice. Joven, no goal. Leveling Titans and Masters already got 1K. Nice. Yeah. That's the way I feel. That's why there's not that's why Godan and everybody else in the DOT live stream community, there's not like a huge rush on, oh, I want to get in tonight. Can I live stream? We got to fit people in and handing streams off. I mean, that's why Hachiman last weekend, I mean, it felt like the old days again. It was quite nuts with all the streams that were going on. I was quite happy.
Yeah, super hype. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the grind was real. All over the place. We also got, let's see, Chance is a great sport. Thank you for singing to my boy Jim on his B-Day. Beautiful, he says. Beautiful.
That's false, but okay.
Yeah, well, it happens. So
He's even more tone deaf than I am.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It shows the game has a future so that many people wouldn't comment or put out so much content. Oh, yeah. I mean, I am quite surprised myself from all the people that I've either have talked to or have seen coming back to the game. So it's quite overwhelming. Even Drum has been playing Drum and D's account. You know, I mean that's got to show something right there. If Drum's like, let me play, you know, so it's good. It's good for the game, and good for all of us that are enjoying the game.
What's also overwhelming is the fact that you use way more archers than Goliaths. That's overwhelming.
Oh, is it?
Dude.
I could switch it out.
It doesn't matter. I mean, Hachiman's a man. I remember at like level 21 with my secondary, I was like, oh, this is actually amazing. Like summoning like 5 Goliath. Like, yeah, Hachiman's really cool.
Oh yeah, I enjoy. I don't mind the grind. I mean, of course, he's also over 40, which is also helpful as well. But yeah, with all the XP relics that I'll be getting either from this event or Conquest, I will have, and all the Titan drops, because Conquest comes with so many Titan drops, it's insane. So definitely going to be putting that forward as well.
Zalon, you should be like hashtag Conquest twice a month. Like, let's get that going.
Yeah, well, we did see that once.
Like,
we saw a Conquest within 2.
Oh, really?
We saw a Conquest within 2 weeks, like a Conquest, and then 2 weeks later another Conquest.
When was that?
It wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. It was a 3-week gap or something. It was pretty damn close.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Yeah, more of that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was quite awesome. And finally, the devs listened to our outcry about the conquest of Soul Boost relics. That's right, Speaker Face. First shows they're starting to listen to well, that's a first. It's not exactly a first. There's been stuff before that, Vintage and Godan. Even some things on my streams that have been brought up, and people have talked about a lot of things all over the place. That have gotten fixed by the devs, but when it comes down to response time, I believe this one was a bit quicker than usual. But also, too, they don't want as soon as content is created for it and it gets out there on the mass scale, they don't want the in-game panic where everyone starts freaking out because the game is, of course, not fair if people are exploiting and hacking the game as they were with those relics. Vintage sent it. Yep. Yeah, Vintage and Godan. They were the two that posted those great videos, which is great, of course. Because anytime that you see stuff that's really, really bad like that, obviously bring it up because we need to make them aware of it. Even if sometimes bugs and issues and stuff like that do come up, the devs prioritize them based on how much does it impact the game. And if nobody's bringing certain issues up, then they're going to concentrate on other things. But as soon as you make a big deal about it and point it out and say, this is what's happening, look, here it is, the developers have no choice but to either do something about it or look like idiots. So.
Solid point.
Jason, enjoying the stream. Thanks a lot. Great week again by streamers. Thank you, Jason. And yes, agreed. We had some streams from all sorts of people, and there's still more to come. This weekend, I'm not totally certain what's going to be really happening just because this event isn't up high on the popularity scale. But with Conquest next week, I know myself and a few others would be very interested in streaming during Conquest. I did challenge JJ. I offered to, I challenged him to max both of his new 5-star relics by the end of Conquest, and I will donate $50 to his channel because I wanted to see if I could entice JJ to do a little more, just like Nickerman was enticing me to do a little bit more, challenge myself and see what I can do. So, the heck? Oh, okay. All right. Chance is heading out. Thank you for joining, Chance.
Yep, have a good one, Chance.
Chance, you can just call me King Stinction. King Stinction. Wow. Extinction. You're coming up with some good ones. Is it a real reskilled Titan for Conquest? No, I think it's Poseidon, right, Jim, for Conquest?
Yeah, it's Poseidon.
And I think it's going to be the same skills on that Poseidon. Thank you again, Chance. On your way out here, we'll do one more. On your way out, Chance. We did 2 1-stars already. We'll see if we can get one last stream luck. Give me a 3-star. 4-star would be amazing, but see what happens. 2-star. I'll take it. Better than 1. All right, that'll be the last event relic for this event in total. We'll have to jump back to Lithitar and use that 2-star. Give ourselves again a little bit more of a boost. We want to get that. We want to get that top 100 prize for the rest of the alliance. So, giving a few extra souls and also maybe getting me a little closer to that 4-star XP relic would be nice. So, here we go. More fireworks going off in the background for Jim's birthday. And the dogs next door, I can hear them through the through the wall. They don't like fireworks. But pop that 2-star on. Thank you again, Chance. That's what I was trying to say. I've never known them to react so quick. 1 day at most and was sorted, so that wasn't that hard. Yeah, exactly. Definitely taken care of quickly. Oh, I gotta find the lowlands. I was just gonna start. Lithitar is not gonna be able to handle level 25 ping pong lands. Not without losing a good amount of troops. Let's jump down here to the Honeypot. I like how they chose the name of their alliance to Honeypot. Let's see who's around. What do we got? What's going on in the Honeypot? There's one. Is Jim with the Gruffalo voice BMT then? Yes. Gruffalo? That's an interesting way. Is that a descriptive term?
I guess it is.
Gruffalo voice. Interesting.
What is Gruffalo voice?
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah.
It is him.
Yeah, it's me.
I'm gonna search that real quick. Let's see. Sheep gruff. Hello. Pull up a children's book.
They're saying the gravel voice. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay.
I like to think of it as the smooth and sexy voice. Thank you.
It's a kid's story, a character. Oh, Gruffalo? Okay, yeah. I just looked it up on Google. It literally is a children's book. I think Gruffalo is a kid's book. Yes, says Shy. Yep. What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo? You didn't know? I just read that book to my kids last night. Everybody's talking about Gruffalos. Interesting.
What the hell is a gruffalo?
Right? I don't know.
What is it? Like the Billy Goat's gruff or something? Troll hiding under the bridge?
Right? I'm the same, bro. Sausage fingers and deep gravel voice, says Speaker Face. Nice. So, Speaker Face, you can come on and what's it called? We wouldn't know the difference between you or Jim. It just sound gravelly voice to gravelly voice. Is that what happens?
Thanks, Shy.
So no BMT is definitely not a Gruffalo. Not for kids. Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. Yeah. That would be, that would be a really good shirt for you, Jim. It would just be like BMT and on the back, not for kids.
Wait a minute, that just sounds weird. I do.
Wait, what? Saying that you're not for kids?
Not for kids. That's just weird.
Not recommended.
How about parental advisory or something?
Or parental advisory, you can go with that too.
Yeah, he about to say gravel.
No, bro, you find a Gruffalo in the woods. Ah, we're brothers from another mother, right? A Gruffalo has knobbly knees, turned out toes, and a poisonous wart on the end of his nose.
Listen to the truth, Guru. Hey, well, what is he reading this straight from the book? He's rhyming.
Mm-hmm, he is.
Evening, boys.
What's going on, Vintage?
Vintage.
Thank you for joining.
Hopefully your Friday is... Oh, all right, you got to mute.
Oh, Jesus. It's all right. Joven says, I would let Jim watch my kids. Oh, okay. Well, that's not, there you go. A good dose of reality is good every now and then.
I used to watch my nieces and nephews all the time.
So that's what Joven's saying. He's like, all right, well, if Jim comes over, these kids will get a real dose. It's not an insult, BMT. Kids love the Gruffalo. My grandkids think he's nice. Oh, Vintage is on mute for at least right now, but hopefully he'll be able to come back. My plan for the coming weeks is finish Conquest, get gems for Resurrection event, pull a few from Relic event, and if it's good, finish Mistress of Dread event. Yeah, well, I believe a lot of people are saving. Like, I'm saving the event Relic tokens from this event. And also, I don't know, we'll see exactly what happens for next weekend, but if it turns out that next weekend is very similar in event style, then I might end up saving as well. We'll see what happens. And then the Mistress, I mean, you know me. I'm all about any of the new gods whenever they come out. I gotta get them. And the relics. So, I'm definitely gonna be all about the Mistress. Most definitely. Yeah, Mistress better be awesome, right? I'd agree. But does anybody know what class do we think the Mistress is going to be, though?
No idea, no clue.
I mean, we got enough Rangers. Infiltrators seem to be pretty heavy right now, too. I mean, Mistress could be what? I don't think Guardian would really fit.
Do they have a new prostitute class?
No.
Mistress?
Mistress class. No. maybe. I mean, Prometheo was thinking it would be the new class. Berserker or Paladins? Yeah, Austin, that's pretty much the ones that I didn't mention there. Champion would be a waste, in my opinion. Berserker. More fireworks going off. Yeah, I put that birthday cake, the beer, and the patriotic firework there on the front of my thumbnail for tonight's BMT birthday celebration. Paladin, speaker face. Mauricio says Jim is the best, right? He is.
Mauricio Brancini, thank you.
Alex, for what Titan we're talking? I'm talking about the Mistress. The
Mistress.
Titan, Mistress of Dread, that is supposed to be coming out in 2 weeks.
Any Godan leaks on that?
Not yet. Not officially. Not officially yet. Anything.
Yeah, not yet. How's Vintage doing tonight?
Yeah, how are you doing, Vintage?
Hectic day. Glad the week's over.
Yeah? Now you can relax? Yeah, I'm actually not working tomorrow. It's my first Saturday in like a good while that I am actually not working tomorrow, so.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Sadly, I'm going to have to work a bit tomorrow. Probably Sunday, too. Things are getting nuts again.
Really? Well, at least it's this weekend. Because you don't... I'm sure you don't have any super high goals that you're trying to obtain this weekend, right?
Oh, no. This is a good weekend to be busy.
Yeah.
Yes. Nothing really going on, no event, no conquest, no nothing.
Plowed through the event relics I got from the Theaters of War, and I'm not sure I play a whole lot this weekend.
Yeah. But we got Conquest next week, Vintage, so does that mean we might be able to see another one of your kind of test streams happening maybe next week?
So I asked people to respond. Do they want data or do they want a live stream for Conquest? And data is winning in a big way.
Oh, wait, did you do a poll?
Yeah, it was in my event overview. I told people to leave comments.
Oh, okay, gosh, I must have missed that part of it. All right.
So, yeah, don't be, everybody watching here, don't be running over to the channel and being like, oh, we want you to live stream. Because the whole idea is you have to watch the video if you want to vote.
That's right. Oh, thank you, Chance. Thank you again. Very much appreciate that.
I kind of want to get data, too.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, and I feel like they definitely jacked up the 4-star relic drop rate.
Yeah. Wait a second. I do remember that portion of your video because you were asking, because it's gonna slow you down hardcore if you have to write stuff down while you're trying to go as fast as you can. Yeah. I do remember that part. Okay.
Yeah. Taking data cost me about 200 attacks.
Yeah.
I'll still be able to get over 1,000.
Just confess to not watching it. No, I came back, Braid. I did watch the video. See? I didn't confess to not watching the video. I knew I started watching it. I also know I started watching it after I did a bunch of other watching live streams and being on other people's live streams that same night. So I was pretty tired. I do remember waking up and being like, oh crap, I'm still watching other, like the YouTube was still running after that video. So other videos had played, like, I was like, oh crap.
Is Prometheo a Europe guy? I thought he was California for some reason.
He is. He's West Coast, and that's why his live stream last night was like, he chose to start live streaming at like 11 p.m. for him, but it was 2 a.m. for me. So
Dude, I know. I woke up and it said, streamed live 4 hours ago. I'm like, what? This dude was up at like 3 in the morning streaming?
Yeah. Yeah, Prometheo was up quite early. Live streaming last night. Late Night King joined him though, Vintage. Late Night King was on Discord with him, along with Feranic.
Nice.
Yeah. So Late Night King is definitely
we're bringing him back one step at a time.
Oh, I have someone else. One of the high math people when it comes down to working with Prometheo and JJ over the years. Actually, is coming back to the game and has told me that they're very excited to be coming back. And I was like, wow, I can't believe you're actually. I thought you were. I didn't think this was going to happen, but I did take advantage of the situation and said, I knew you were coming back, But anyway, I definitely was very excited to see this person tell me that they were going to be coming back here very soon. And we're possibly going to be able to whale it up a little. I'm like, whale it up. So we'll see what that means.
Hopefully he came back in time for Hachiman.
He did not. Actually, you know what? I don't know. He actually said he is. He said he was back right now, but he means like seriously back, like doing a lot more in the game here in the next month or so. And but still said that was looking forward to any of these new events that come out right now because I'd like to be able to get back into the meta. Now, Chance was mentioning this earlier. Okay, Vintage. I don't know if you were listening. But Chance has jumped down to MTG War and has left Beta. Now, his thinking and reasoning for this was the fact that if you can still get into top 50 on a regular basis for a lot of events when it matters, then what's the point of being number 1 or number 2 or number 3 when you can still get the Titan and still get the Titan early if you want, obviously in regular rewards, and max them out over the weekend that the event's going on. And there's
that's always I was in beta for a while, but the Finish Plus stuff got old pretty quick because a level 30 or a level 40 Titan might sound like, ooh, that's great to some people. Dude, I'm a grinder. In one conquest, I can take a Titan from level 1 to level 55. So I do not put much value in pre-level Titans at all. Mm-hmm. And the level 20s, that's a joke. Level 20, you can do that with some light grinding in an afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Or just do your monuments during TOW.
Yeah, totally. Right. A level 25 Titan? Wait, you want to spend money for that? Why? Oh my gosh.
So.
Back when they used to do level 50s, I guess I could see, but still, what you're paying just to get that level 50. I mean, like I said, give me a conquest, I'll get you a level 50 Titan.
So, what's up, Space King? Thank you for joining. Godan, what's going on? Good to see you. Level 30, easy to get to. Yeah, right? That's what Godan's saying. Prometheo's last stream was funny. Late Night King got caught up on what he was... Oh, so Prometheo, okay, that's a good portion of what... I did catch a little bit of it, but I wanted to definitely watch the whole thing in its entirety because Prometheo does catch a Late Night King up on everything that's going on in the game. So that's good, too, as well.
Okay.
That was good.
Shooter's like, okay, everything I have is garbage except my 5-star relics.
Right. I'm sure. Well, and his level troops. Although I don't know what level exactly. I don't think everything is maxed. So, depending on how his troops are and which ones he actually was concentrating on when he left, he might be totally switched up on exactly what priorities need to be put into place. Let's see. We're going back to Hachi.
Oh my gosh, is that true, Shy? Shooter's never done a conquest? He's going to lose his mind. It's going to be so good. He's going to love conquest.
I can't believe that. I thought Shooter was at least around for a conquest. Wow. I feel like it's been around.
Although, I'm interested to see what his opinion is on if the drops are good enough to justify the gem's expenditure. thinking the answer is yes, but I want to hear it from a free-to-play guy.
Right? And Joven says he has a lot of prestige food. This is true as well. I'm sure he does have a lot of prestige food. Hey, he said he stopped when Kronos dropped. Wow, when Kronos dropped the first time? Oh, man.
That's quite a while ago.
Right? Because there's been 2 Kronos events, if not more. 3? Oh, there's been more than that. What am I thinking? There's been at least 3.
I was going to say there has to be 3. I have 6 Kronos somehow.
Yeah. Definitely. There has definitely been more than 2.
Although one of my Kronos died to Frigg.
Oh, yeah. I got rid of a few Kronos for Tengu. Oh, real quick, Vintage. I was asking this question earlier. Have you ever heard of a Titan doing like 188k damage before critical and charge?
I mean, maybe like an Arya who got all damage and a damage X skill.
Okay,
maybe.
I just wanted to know, because that's what I'm talking about. I was talking about it a lot earlier and like kind of like hinting towards it. But yeah, I'm looking at because on my test account, the perfect Aurea that I got on my main account, I still had that Aurea on my test account when they copied it over so long ago. And I looked at it and I was like, all right, well, let me see how many Titans I have, Ice Titans specifically, I have on the test account for Prestige. And, it's insane. I have 17 Ice Titans that are duplicates. That are just duplicates. 17 of them. And a majority of them are level 40 and 50. Like, again, it's all those duplicate copies they give us to be able to max the Titans. And, of course, I never made videos on a majority of these Titans. Like, I got, like, 6 Snowgores at level 40. You know what I mean? So, like Chernobogs and Frostars and Avaloses and Jatoons. Like, if I wanted to, I was thinking about max prestiging out that Aurea on my test account and just going and seeing what 188k damage, that's 560 when you're critting. So every time you basically attack somebody before charge, you're just doing 560k damage with 330 armor piercing. I think that's pretty good. So
yeah, I mean, that would be just nasty. I think the only Titan right now that's going to get into that neighborhood is, like the Tengu.
Yeah, I was just wondering how high Tengu could hit, because I was looking at some of the stuff that people were building and I wasn't seeing his base number getting up that high. But
here's the thing about infiltrators, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a potential why Tengu might be the candidate, but if you build out an infiltrator for just absolute pure all-out damage, what's he going to do? Hit once or twice and he's dead.
This is true. That's why I put the Staff of Earth on there and just load up on shield spells. Because the Rage, I have the 5-star Golden on there, which comes with Rage. Also, Arya's Prestige also comes with Rage. So Rage is taken care of. Like, she's constantly raged, like, the entire time. So that's not a problem. So the thing is, it's all about just making sure that the health and the shield is there the entire time. So I don't know. I'll just think about playing around with it. So
well, and that's why I'm going to keep fishing for Trickster's Blades. I'm pulling Arse Relics until I get one of each.
Yeah. Well, some people that get Trickster's Blades think it's the one of the worst. And I like Trickster's Blades.
Okay. So, people are just maxed out. All they do is war. All they care about are troop Titans. They don't even really consider or care about infiltrator play. And I'm talking old school classic infiltrator play. You just basically set up, your infiltrator as a nuclear weapon and go out and destroy everything. So there's going to be a lot of people that think, well, this Titan doesn't buff troops, therefore it's trash.
Yeah. I do see that. I do well, like read it in chats and stuff like that. How the opinions are just very, very biased towards that.
Yeah, that's going to be a polarized kind of conversation. You either love infiltrators or you hate them. I don't know if there's any middle ground.
Yeah. Yeah, Joven, do it, Z. You've been talking about it since Prestige dropped. I know, right? I don't know. It just seems like I've looked around at a few of the other Prestiges, and out of all the Titans that I do have, I'm like, just seems like that one actually would work out really well just for her. So many other ones just doesn't seem to be really good for most of the time. I'm 100% of the time I'm looking for troops specifically, not for anything to be on the Titan. That's why I looked at Baba Yaga's Prestige, and it's total garbage. It's total garbage. Doesn't even help.
Yeah, we didn't quite get the skill and troop salad thing I was hoping for. A lot of them seem really generic.
Yeah. So that was something else I was thinking about doing here pretty soon, actually, too. Not to reveal everything, but I don't mind saying something because I got the day off tomorrow. I was thinking about it. I was like, I got the day off tomorrow. What if I made like 2 or 3 vids tomorrow and then just release them over the next few days, just for fun's sake? Because it's about time I put out a few good videos. And there was a few good ideas that I've of course had, and one of them specifically would be. And not making it super long. I'm trying to make it more as condensed as possible. But I was gonna go over all the unique Prestige Titans and just give them a yes, this is a good, or no, this is a junk kind of situation. Just for the unique ones that are all out there right now. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of ones that have the non-unique 15 Titan slot. And there may be a few diamonds in the rough. Don't get me wrong, there may be. But I was thinking about going through all the unique ones real quick and just being like, these are junk if they are, because you just shouldn't even bother, and if things are interesting and should be looked at, because I do think that some players have looked at it and some players have just already dismissed everything behind them and are only looking forward at what's in front of them. And I don't know if that's exactly the greatest, because not everything that even comes out right now are like, oh, this, the prestige skills right now on these 2 new pigs that we see. It's not.
Yeah, I went Titan by Titan through the Titan Hall. I looked at all of them, even Abazut and old school junk Titans like that, just to see.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, I have an R-Van, and these are only unlocks. I unlocked R-Van, the new one, just for the ludicrous Star Maidens. I unlocked Uranus just because I like militia and archers.
Mm-hmm.
I unlocked Osiris because I know people hate Osiris now. They think he's trash, but man, I like Osiris, and I just got the Axes of War.
Oh yeah, you did. Vintage. You along with JJ, along with myself, have put out great DG pull content recently. Let's just say that it is really good pulls for everybody.
Well, they've been good. They've just been good too, man.
They have been, and I've seen people, and you probably have seen people in line posting photos too. But I've seen at least a half dozen other Bow of the Gods photos recently, within the last few days, from players in band. And I'm just thinking and people are like, we got that JJ Zalan luck. Like it's kind of ridiculous. I've also seen the axes as well pop up. So people have been definitely pulling DGs recently.
Yeah, I'm after Bow of the Gods and Trickster's Blades right now.
Well, I'm after Earthshaker and Axes of War, the one you got. I would definitely like that. And and also I don't know if there's any other ones that well, what's it called? That Paladin Golden one, but I'm not going for a gold one for a while. What is it?
I got the Sigurd's Graham. It's you can really throw a curveball at somebody by having just an almost immortal rig.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I ran into that during one of the weeks I was warring, and I lost to it. I took in Sagunga, and the frig had Sigurd's Graham on it, but it was just a total paladin build. I just didn't pay attention. And I went in thinking I just got to kill the Goliaths. Dude, I could not kill that frig.
Wow. More videos, Godan says? Oh, yeah, all the time, Godan. All the time. I have constant video ideas all the time. I just don't have time to make them most of the time. There's plenty of video ideas out there. I mean, Vintage has talked about redoing all his beginner videos, and that's a great idea because, of course, the game has changed heavily.
The War Academy needs to be brought up to snuff.
Right.
It's old.
Right, exactly.
So real quick, Speakerface, he says, what do you guys think of Sobek with his prestige skill? Hey, Sobek's a good Titan and all. Personally, I think the Sobek prestige skill is kind of a gimmick. You know, this whole, the Titan's going to heal. However, I think that's intentionally there just to let us know
that it exists.
That the healing mechanism is coming.
And it exists. And that it can be done is the simple fact. So,
right. I think it was more of a, hey guys, this is a thing. Just heads up.
Right. And if the devs had their I'm going to sound like Vintage for a second. If the devs had their live streams on a weekly basis, we would point this out. The devs would go, "Oh, look, you've seen something. I wonder what that means." And they would do that, and then we would know, oh, look, but we unfortunately don't have any of that type of interaction. So.
Yeah, I think troop healing is coming.
Well,
the guys that are asking in chat.
Wait, you're saying troop healing or Titan healing?
Oh, why not? Think about it. Like, hey, you're out there with your Dionysus, and, just hypothetical. And your Dionysus prestige skill is when you kill an enemy unit, your militia gain back 5% health, and as in all militia. Or they could target it to one militia gets 20% of health back, or something like that.
Well, that could mean a huge change in strategy. We typically don't use this word a lot. But, when it comes down to the way things have been going recently, it seems like there has been a lot more strategy in the game now than ever before. So.
I agree, because with some of the skills in these invokers, for instance, it makes you, first of all, you better know what you're attacking. But then you have to decide, okay, if I use spells or I drop a summon, it's going to affect me in this way, and do I get more benefit from my action, or should I just not do it? I mean, you have to consider these things.
Mm-hmm.
Hachiman is a perfect example of that.
And I do remember the developer saying this about invoke skills when they first started talking about them, and talking about how they were like, what if we did this? What if we did that? We could do this. We could do that. And they started talking about that on the live stream just for a little bit. And I thought to myself, like, when they first thought up the idea of Invoke, were they like, oh my god, we can do this. We can actually make the game a lot better. And we can actually make things, actually go into the future without thinking that we just have to keep making the numbers bigger and bigger. That we can slow that down a little bit. I don't know. It just seems like they had an epiphany, more or less, when it came down to invoke skills.
Well, I feel like the future of the game feels more interesting versus, like, when I left, it was all it was more. I was just over it. But now, with these different aspects, like you said, strategy, oh my gosh, what's that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just if they could come up with a range troop like I was talking about, where, the more, the better your skill, the more you get out of your troops. That would be amazing. If they could add things that, where you could potentially raise your skill cap,
Mm-hmm.
and where skill actually can be a decisive thing in battle.
And something else you mentioned too, Vintage, recently is also the with the prestige skill. I like how instead of like a lot of these other skills that we get, they unlock pretty much 90% right away, and then
Right.
and that's why taking a Titan to 51, you can do that, and they don't have to be maxed right away, and you can play with them because, well, frankly, you got 90% of the last skill, so leveling them up right away, again, this is only in certain cases, isn't always necessary. Whereas in Prestige, yeah, you can Prestige them level 1, but the amount of the percentage and or your maximum ability on the, if you summon, or if the enemy summons, blah, 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 your maximum capability on that skill is also increased. So...
Yeah. Well, and, for all the listeners, set your reaction to hate, because I'm going to say something I think most people are going to hate. But, everyone groaned when they saw, oh my gosh, 18 4-star Titans to max prestige. I'm sorry, that they're not supposed to have level 10 prestige Titans. That's supposed to be the long game.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't bother me so much. It is so difficult. It's like you really got to commit to something if you're going to do that. Now, that being said, if they keep changing the meta every 3 weeks, yes, I'm as outraged as anybody else. I really, really hope this is a signal that they're going to slow their roll with the power creep. I really hope that's the case.
Well, with adding a new Titan class and or / troop can definitely add to the game without adding to the power creep. Do you agree?
I agree. I think there's other things that they can go to now. Just instead of, now we're going to do triple X skills. Instead of doing that, there's other things they can do. They can say, okay, instead of just adding more nuclear ballistic damage, what if we have troops heal? Or maybe there's a new type of skill, like, in a lot of games, like MOBAs and stuff like that, there's this thing called Burning Rage, where, say you have militia, and, say you got Uranus. What if the Uranus prestige skill was militia burning rage? As in, when you rage up your militia, they actually they radiate damage just because they're next to you. Stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things they could do with it. I'm hoping they have this gigantic list on a whiteboard somewhere, and that is how they're going to add content to the game, rather than going, oh, okay, this quarter we're going, triple X skills. In the fourth quarter, we're going to go quad X skills. Okay, that's boring. I think there's so many things they could do with this prestige thing. And it would also keep other Titans in the meta. Or Hachiman isn't going to be trash in 6 months.
Agreed. Nickerman has just donated. Thank you, Nickerman. He says, give half to Vintage. So yes, I will, Nickerman. I will. I'll give half to Vintage in his next live stream. So don't you worry.
You're
Thanks,
talking
Nick.
crazy.
What's that?
You're talking crazy stuff. Almost spell combinations.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I have so many ideas. You have no idea. There's something I've done a lot of in my time. I've played a lot of games.
I've played a lot of strategy PC games.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
And one of the ones that rings a bell is you lose Berserk mode. So when you put Rage on, you actually start losing health slowly.
Yes.
Ooh, there you go.
Or how about this? How about a leeching skill? So when you get into melee or, within a certain kind of range, you can actually leech life off of other units. That would be so sick. On Paladins, for instance, that would be so sick.
And
there's always the slow spell we've been waiting for ages.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, I think this idea of heal, I think they were talking that they said that the heal spell that they initially introduced into the game and blah, 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 that was one way of them doing it. But I think because of Invoke and the ability for them to think of using heal inside of a skill instead is a little different and apparently something that they can actually make actually work in the game. So, and it is great to know that is possible because other things like what Vintage just said are other possibilities that they could easily push into the game as well. Because if heal works, then other such things like a leech, or I also thought of maybe like a cursed spell, because cursed is something you definitely see in strategy games as well, where, for instance, if you curse a unit, it would be a little bit different than fear, because cursing the unit won't make them run away, but it'll do something where either it'll diminish their health, or also what if it just got rid of their armor, just disappeared, so negates all the armor on the troop, and maybe cuts the damage in half of the troop because they're cursed.
Disintegrate armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could also do like a mind control.
Ooh, yeah.
If you had some necromancer or something go out, you could actually make one of the enemy troops fight for you.
Yeah. No, I just jumped on. So finally, for Vintage, for someone saying, "Oh, prestige is not meant to be maxed in the short term. It's a very long-term thing." That seemed to be something, like you said, everyone seemed to get out there in their heads all the time to just max everything as soon as they get it. So it's very much against the mindset of, what do you mean we can't max it?
Oh, you mean we can't have it right now, Vintage? You mean right now?
Yeah. You can't spend, $500 and have it today? Well, you can, but I wouldn't advise that.
Right?
30K gems as well. I think that's a good sign. The only problem will be if they're able to now, instead of go power creep, they now disseminate and just have combinations of things, such as the prestiges, such as the spells, and everything is not bigger and better. It's different. You might actually get strategy back in the game.
That's precisely right. That is the right answer for this game. Instead of adding more, how about a different spell? How about a different mechanic? How about, you can add so many things without just adding more power. Know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah,
definitely.
What they do next is the renaissance of DOT or not.
For instance, I play a game called Heroes of the Storm, right? I've talked about it many times because Blizzard, if they do anything right, they do balance very well, okay? So here's the thing. This game has been out for 5 years, okay? Actually, more than that. They have added, since the official launch, they have added nearly 100 heroes the game, and there was, I don't know, like 15. They've added 100 heroes to the game, and all they do is tweak stats here and there. It's not like, oh, now this hero is twice as powerful as the old one. Then the next one that comes out is even going to be even more powerful. That's not how they do it. You keep adding stuff. They just use different mechanics, just different ideas. They're, kind of grounded in what's already there. But it adds different strategy and so forth.
Now, one question, Vintage. Did they, when they do tweak the skills, if you've already obtained this champion, do you just get the tweaked skills and everything is...
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a hot fix in the game. Let's say you have your hero or your champion. He does 1,000 damage. And they decide, it's a little powerful. Instead of 1,000, we're going to knock it back to 950. Then see, and then they just track stuff, see what happens. And these are all stats that they could, kind of follow. And people attack with, like an R-Van. Is their win rate 99%? Okay, that's a little high. That probably means the Storm Maidens are a little too powerful, and so forth.
Mechanic adjustments. Yes. Difference
Exactly right.
probably.
So basically, now Vintage, just to ask this question as well, how does Heroes of the Storm stay financially viable then if that's the way they do their game? How do they make their money?
Of course, you can buy heroes, you can buy skins, you can't buy power.
Okay.
Like, no matter what you purchase, that does not give you a competitive advantage.
But can you get through the events? Can you get through their events faster?
They don't really have events, so to speak. Okay. I mean, they do, but I mean, like, an event just came out. It lasts until the middle of September.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Even if you're a super casual guy, you can finish the event.
I see.
Sounds like a turn.
Oh. It's a different style of game too. It's a MOBA.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So many of these things can, they overlap. You can take ideas and, apply them to your game and so forth. Just like, where I had the leech. There's a hero in Heroes of the Storm that has a skill called Spectral Leech. Mm-hmm. Every time he hits someone, he takes 5% of their health bar.
Nice. What's up, Black Gold?
Oh, I mean, what's that?
Oh, I said, what's up to Black Gold? She just joined the chat. Good to see you.
Okay.
It's been
Black Gold's here.
Yes, it's been a while. What about a cloaking spell, says Shy? Cloaking sounds nice.
Dude, cloaked up panthers could be sweet. Just run them back and kill all the maidens.
Mm-hmm. Now, it will be timed, though, the cloaking spell. So, obviously, you need to be able to do it as quickly as possible. And
I'm thinking like a 5 or 8 second kind of.
Well, the higher the level, there should be at least maybe a few, like a second added for some of the higher levels. So yeah, you could probably get it up a little bit higher.
Make it a fog spell. It's not like you need to worry about the opposition being human controlled to spot them, and then it just has the same effect as if you're going through trees, but out in the open.
Speakerface says it would be good to have a vampire troop who could battle, then, like in Legacy of Kain, when close to death, they suck all health from them and boost themselves. Interesting. We've had a few invokes where when you lose a troop or they get low, isn't that also on an invoke as well? When troops' health gets to a certain point or Titan's health gets to a certain point, stuff happens? Because I thought I saw that a few times. Or at least once. So we may see stuff like that as well happen in the game. So we got...
That's what I was talking about with like mind control. You could make an enemy unit fight for you for like 10 seconds or something.
Yes. A lot of good. Speed spell would be cool. Yeah, Lucas, that has been mentioned to the devs before as well. And I don't know if they just backburned it or if they said it wasn't possible, but I think it would be. Although, I mean, what if we saw, okay, this would be nice. It's not actually something really new. It would just be putting something back in. But what if we saw some more relics with charge damage again?
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know?
Stop making those not long after global launch.
You know,
Holy Blade is the only one around.
It's something that a lot of the troops do. You know, you got militia, you got Imperials, you have Infiltrator Titans specifically. Also, too, you have Horde, and you also have Panthers, right? That's the 5, isn't it? 4 troops in the Infiltrator.
Yeah.
So I mean,
well, do Berserkers charge?
Oh yeah, they do. That's right. 2 Titans. Sorry. That's right. Those are the 2 Speed Titans. So yeah, so Berserkers and Infiltrators, and then the 4 troops. So
yeah.
I mean, some relics with charge damage on it again would be quite nice if you could make the other 2 skills also very nice. I think players would appreciate that. Oh, and I'm showing off here. We did get to rank 100. Very nicely done, NTG Legends. I have 3540, but it's not because I did that many souls. Trust me, I think a lot of other players have also been putting in a little bit more work. Feranic, ooh, you're getting beat, Feranic. You're in 2nd place now. But still,
I better start playing.
Oh, you better start playing? Oh, I see. But look at this gap. The gap between 100th place, which is where NTG Legends is right now, is 125,000 souls, and 50th place. So 50 ranks are only 30,000 apart in souls.
That's what we were doing at the end of the Hachiman event. We were like, guys, if everyone just goes in and does one stupid 1,000, we could go from 48th to 15th.
Right? It's crazy.
I'll reiterate for any of the new guys that happen to be watching, we're going to try and let in the young bucks to get a freebie 4-star. Get yourself a free Snowgore or Flamehide.
There you go.
Actually, it'll be Flamehide.
Yeah, it'll be Flamehide.
I think I keep saying that these are underrated Titans.
I know.
Or lower castle level.
Well, for lower castle level, yeah. I mean, Vintage made a very good point on his video as well. It's when it comes down to where you are in the game and what you're doing in the game. If this is your first 4-star and you're on that cusp of, hey, you know, I actually have a maxed out 3-star. I'd like to get a 4-star. I'd like to start working on them, and I want it to be a Titan that is going to be buffing themselves more than the troops. It's whatever. It's
yeah, man. If you're a Castle 13, 14, 15 guy, these Titans would be total juggernauts for you.
Yeah, I think we miss how we tend to think people go through that lore game a lot faster. I remember people mentioning, within 2 or 3 months or maybe 4 months of playing, you'll be up to castle level 20. That will only be for the really, really active players rather than just casual players. Casual players might be below castle level 16 for a year.
True.
So these Titans could be really good for those people because they are probably some of the best Titan-only skilled Titans, other than maybe Tengu.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be monsters. Plus, like a Flamehide, when you're Castle 14 or what have you, Grenadiers are still part of your gameplay. Sure.
Yeah.
Fireballs.
Most definitely.
But that is one of the things I think we need to do a bit more of a community is. It was good in your video, Vintage, but just take the lens, the sole focus of end of game stuff and apply the different stoicism approaches and look at it from other people's views.
So I always bust out my chart.
Right? I like that chart and when you're explaining. I also like the fact that you're able to draw on your screen whenever you're creating your videos and live streams. I think that's very cool.
Yeah. It's the XSplit thing. They got like a whiteboard plug-in on it. I love it.
Yeah, it's extremely handy. I'm going to tell you right now. So, but besides from that, this was another very short, if I can just make it as short as possible. I was hoping to make also a just a quick beginner's guide to 3 stars. And it was going to literally just outline your castle these are the titans, the 3-star titans that are going to be good for you because you're going to be looking for these, either troops or titan buffs because that works for you. Because obviously, who's going to be looking at certain 3-star titans because they know they're going to use them as a stepping stone to get to their 4-star eventually? Who wants to look at 3-star horde titans when you don't get horde to use until way later? So the general focus on exactly what to look for and when. I think if I can put that in a more concise video, I think I'm going to pump something like that out here soon too. I mean, that's the kind of stuff out that is extremely helpful to some of those beginning players that sometimes just gets lost in translation or just gets lost in larger videos, I believe. So
yeah, well, you've seen those 50 odd points that I had some on, which a lot of it was around newer players and just getting the game, and those would be great to see.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, just literally, just a quick they're stepping stones. They're 3-star stepping stone titans. I mean, they're what you do need to max them, but who cares? You're only taking them to level 50. But
why are they stepping stone titans? We've all played the game and enjoyed playing between castle level 10 and 20.
Well, I call them stepping stone titans because you're using them and they're probably you're going to have to grind with them to obtain your first 4-star. So I look at it that way.
Enjoy the journey.
Well, I'm not saying rush the journey, but I of course say enjoy the journey. Not as much as Godan. He relaxed too much. His troops are still he's still going as fast. He's going as fast as he can now to level up his troops. But when it comes down to everything else, I would have leveled like I said, I'm leveling everything as I go along, never stopping. Leveling troops. But I just know it's a long journey without spending gems on them.
Yeah, and you're an active player. You're not the super active grinder, but you're not just the casual pick up the game.
Oh no,
yeah.
Fast as I grind all events no matter what. Now, how much I'm gonna grind the event will obviously depend on my schedule, but no matter what, even when I do use relics, I put a good amount of time in as well, just regular grind, as long as it's going to be something.
An indication. What's your normal battle count per week, Zalon and Vintage? Just average.
Average, I'd say probably about 500 probably would be an average, because I know I do maybe a little less than that in the 4s, but I also know I do a little bit better than that like in the 6s and the 7s.
And Vintage, what would you say?
This week was almost a do nothing week, and I'll probably end up around 300 or 400. Now, next week, I'll probably be closer to 2,000.
For Conquest.
For Conquest.
Conquest is my high mark as well. I've gotten close to, I think, either close to 900. I think, but I don't remember, and I don't want to just be like, oh man, I made 1,000, because I know I got up there pretty high. And I might have gotten over 900, but I might have also blacked out and fell asleep on the last night. So. And
then a war week, I'll be around 1,500.
Oh wow, yeah.
So
that's nice.
So assuming nothing's on, you're generally around that 1,000 battles a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Whereas I'm probably more in that sort of 200 to 500 sort of level. Oh. Zalon's a bit further.
Yeah, just a little bit more. And I mean, like I said, I do have weeks where I'm in the 400s. No problem. I mean, and it's just, things are busy and stuff like that. But if I get extra time like this weekend, I mean, like right now, let me see how many battles I'm at right now. Hold on. Doing half decent for this week.
It does depend on where you are as well.
150.
Like
150, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep grinding it out for the rest of this event. So I'm hoping, like I said, I'll probably be in that 400 range because it's not that popular of an event. Plus, no conquest. But most likely, for conquest next week, I'm going to probably be hitting in that 700 range, 800 range. Those are the weeks that I'm hitting a lot higher than normal. And that's why my average comes down to about 500.
I was warring during the last conquest. I think I did 2,800.
Wow.
That was one of my all-time highs.
Wow.
Casual player is about 10 battles a day.
What's the highest amount of VP you've ever gotten for Anik?
Depends on the leagues, I suppose. I think the highest I ever got was about 8 million.
Wow. Okay. Because the highest I ever got, I'm pretty certain, the highest I ever got was like 4.8, something like that. That was it. And I don't even know if I was really shooting for getting a lot of VP that season. I just think it just happened.
Yeah, you normally just have to make sure you've got full of BP lands, you're farming, you're not getting hit too much, and
I don't think I was really farming. I wasn't capping either that week.
Just depends on your battles as well.
Yeah.
Vintage must get a lot of BP, even when he's not hitting BP, just because of the battle count.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think this week I got over 2 million, and I've been hitting food all week because, it was Fusion Day, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So that's almost 3,000 BP per battle. 1,000 battles, 3 million.
Yeah.
Without hitting a single BP land. So there is a lot going on in the game, though, at the moment, and there are a lot of perspectives around, and we do seem to be in a very good spot, from what I can see. All depends on where we go from here.
Oh.
There's a line right there on your screen is you can talk about with your 3-star Titans.
Oh, Durat.
Come up to 3,500, get yourself a level 15 Durat.
Yeah.
Started.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very true. Durat was what plenty of us. Actually, Durat was mine. I took him to 50 as well. I definitely enjoyed playing with him. Champions were boss back in the day.
Back in the day, Sardu, Durat, those were the boys.
Right. I also enjoyed playing with Logu. And
I was never a fan of them.
Yeah, Logu for Poison because I enjoyed playing with the Panthers. And also, the other one was... what was his name? Gosh. He was Panthers as well. Panther 3-star Berserker.
Oh,
Kuba. I loved Kuba. He was awesome. They actually had an event just for Kuba back in the day. I thought that was absolutely absurd as well. Because he was a 3-star.
Well, that's one of my suggestions, wasn't it? Let's introduce these short 3-star Titan events with reskilled 3-stars. Or new 3-stars.
New 3-stars.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, speaking of 3-stars, now that we have Prestige, are they going to release 3-stars with X skills? We've been talking about that for a very long time. Oh. Why not, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about that. Putting X skills on 3-stars.
They kind of tailor-made Hercules, for newer players.
Yeah.
The $5 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why not make, I guess it doesn't matter as much when you're early castle, but no, seems like they can just make a few more Titans for those guys.
Yeah, make one new 3-star Titan a month, say, and reskill one 3-star Titan a month. Give him 1 X skill.
Oh, and vintage.
It's not going to do.
Could you put on one of your next rants? This is too far in my stream. It's going to get buried. Can you put on one of your next rants to just change the gosh darn calendar, please? Just change it.
Oh, that was one of my other points. I was very pleased with that suggestion and what I said to take out, what to put in. I thought it would make it much better. I'll probably have to post it in general band.
I think the keys to retention in a game, because I can't tell you how many games I've downloaded, played it for a week and quit because it wasn't interesting. But if you put a 2 or 3 week newbie calendar, you could pick up Freya, a 4-star Titan. You know, the new guys, they get that 2-week calendar.
Oh yeah, that's
Why
right.
not throw a 4-star Titan on that thing? Because if you keep a player engaged for 2 weeks, then they get the next calendar and there's another 4-star Titan on there. How does this not make sense?
That's what Raid has for 180 days or something. I think it was 90 days, and then they doubled it. And you just got something every single day, all the way along. It just got better and better and better.
Yeah.
With equivalent of like a 4-star Titan after a couple of weeks. Or 4 weeks, maybe.
You got a new guy that comes in, and he's like, oh, if I log in every single day for a month straight, I get a Titan XP potion.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Oh. It has to be a 4-star Titan. And it gets a free-to-play guys. It gets a free-to-play guys a prestige Titan.
Wow, Nitrum, 26 million 2 weeks ago. That's quite high. Very nicely done.
It is high. There's so much they can do, and they've demonstrated recently with the sort of route they're taking and what they've brought out and changes, that they seem to be more willing to do things than they were a couple of years ago.
I think it's because of the age of the game. If they don't start bending to the way of the consumer, things are going to end a lot sooner than they would like.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. They could change the trajectory quite well in this game. It'll be interesting to see when the next Solo War is on, so you can see how many accounts are playing.
Oh
again.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be here's a long prediction. How many accounts are going to be playing? It's going to be a number probably between like 50 and 60,000. That's typically where it sits around. Where's the actual active number of players? Because a lot of those have 10 souls or 10 points or whatever event is going on. Yeah. But where the actual active number sits at, it's like 40,000 on a regular basis.
Yeah, I was going to say pretty much the exact same. I think the last Solo War was about 54, and then I did 500 souls or something, or 1,000 souls. Must have been 500. And it was down to around 40,000 ranking.
I'll be the optimist. I'll say the next solo event, it's going to be 70.
Well, okay. So. Yeah, 70, but then active player, I just take 10,000 off because there's just too many people with too low souls. I consider an active player somebody that does at least maybe like 100 or 200 souls. So.
Or minis.
Yeah, a lot of minis. And that's understandable. It just means that's one person. It's not two, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think it would be quite good for people who have been long-time players a long time just to start up a mini. See what it's like. See what people are actually going through when they start the game. I haven't played mini.
Ferretic, you're absolutely the best at this. It's like, why don't you try mini? Why get back in the game? You know, it just very very good ideas. Very good ideas.
I had a blast with my mini.
What level's your mini now, Vintage?
Dude, I haven't logged into my mini in like 8 months. I believe it was 19. So 19.
So it's getting quite high. Yeah, mine's 18.
Yeah, and once it was Castle 19, I'm like, I don't want my mini to be in game. So
why don't you push your mini to 20 though, and then just get some crazy prestige titans? Not end game, but soloing. That's what I'm going to do with my mini. Just focus on titans only. Don't keep too many titans, but who cares about the troops? And then with my main account, troop end game stuff, and then the mini is just titan soloing. Be fun.
Always out of that box, Feranic. That's good, though. That's good. I like it. I like it a lot. That's always a good way to do. I mean, why have two accounts? Why have two titans in the game? Same idea. Why have two accounts that are doing the exact same thing?
Yeah, there's no point.
I had a mini back around Bast. I lost it at the end of last year. I was going to take it to 16. I think I had just upgraded to Castle 16, and I was going to stop there. Kind of the same logic. You don't really want to have an endgame mini when you're playing your main.
Mm-hmm. Or did you just misplace it somewhere, Promethea?
Well, I had two devices that I was using them on.
Left it in the garden.
Yeah, exactly. I think I logged into my main on the tablet at one point, and then I couldn't log back into the mini. And I tried several different things, and they didn't work. And then I decided I was just going to leave it because I needed to have the main on the tablet for streaming.
Just start another one. I'm going to switch to listening now, but I'll carry on listening to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Feranic. Appreciate it.
Start up those minis.
Oh, wait. Before you leave, oh, it's alright, Feranic. Whatever. I was just gonna ask now that Promethea jumped back on. So Promethea, what made you want to stream so late last night?
It was great.
Just needed some souls, man. Just needed some souls.
Okay.
That's just gonna be playing, and honestly, the big thing was it was BMT's birthday.
True.
I thought someone should give him a shout out on his birthday, and I put together that intro graphic. I've been playing around with Premiere, and I put in a happy birthday wish in the intro, and thought I'd go ahead and get that out there on his birthday.
Yeah. Promethea has graduated.
You went with a happy birthday graphic, and then went, yeah, let's stream for 4 hours.
Yeah.
No, I seriously was only going to do an hour. I started at like 10:30 Pacific. I was going to go for an hour. And then Shooter got on. And I was like, oh my God, the Late Night King is on. Okay, well, I can go for a little while longer. And then we started talking. Shy went on and did the timestamp. You can see it in my comments. When Shooter said, what is Conquest? I was like, oh my God, we have a lot of ground to cover.
He's going to lose his mind when he gets to Conquest, right? I'm telling you.
Right? Yeah. Now I got to re-listen to more of that stream, Promethea, because I got to get to more of the part where he comes on later. Because I'm telling you.
Yeah, from about an hour in, for the next hour and a half, it was all like bringing Shooter up to date. And the Late Night King kind of, I think he got a taste for the game and things that he hasn't seen yet, talking about it, and that he's going to be streaming soon.
Yes. That's
I hope the Conquest is enough, temptation to get him playing on Monday.
Yeah, that's right. Oh wait, so Conquest starts on Monday? Just real quick. Yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see his perspective because he missed Hachiman, and so he's coming into the meta really, I think, like flat-footed. So we'll see how these next few weeks. If he's getting to be active, how that's going to lay the groundwork for him getting back in. I think we're going to get a big attacker sometime in the next month, and so if he puts his gems into that, then he's going to be all good.
Well, Churro's asking if the stream's going to be going on longer. It depends. Godan's here. Godan, do you want to stream? Because honestly, I could go down. I am totally down for watching somebody else stream. But with the popularity of this event, it didn't seem like a lot of other people were really chomping at the bit. Unless Promethea wants to stream, I don't really care. Or Vintage.
I'm done for the weekend.
You're off for the weekend? Because this is my only stream for this weekend. I don't plan on streaming again, even though I do have off tomorrow. If I do anything, I'm going to make some videos. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, Vintage. While we have you on, I wanted to run an idea by you that I was spitballing with Ward on today. We were out taking a hike, and I was thinking about it. And champions, especially these two champions we have here, just really are not in the meta in the form of like a Titan. I don't think that there's any champion other than Lubu or Broomhilda that you can really seriously play on a solo basis in this game right now. What if there were some 4-star relics that came in that were like 5 stars in that they're only for one class, but they give insane Titan buffs like 90% resist two elements and like Titan damage?
Well, yeah, so as you were saying that, the first thing that popped into my mind was Trickster's Blade and the Shadow Dancer.
Yeah.
If you had Titan buffing relics, of course they can't be as good as the 5 stars. But
no.
I know what you're saying. Or they, like a 30% resist all damage, and like almost like Mjolnir. You get a whole crap load of spell damage, then you get a bunch of like damage and armor piercing or something like that. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
or
like
super cool.
Like Titan base damage and Titan crit and max resist 2 elements. I mean, that would be solid.
Yeah. Then maybe they could make them only equipable by champions or something like that, to where champions can get back to what they were, which is, pretty darn tanky, but they can lay out some respectable damage.
Right. And, I would say for Natural Motion, if you're out there listening to this, take a look at your data, take a look at, which classes are being used for attack, and especially, ignoring the super powered meta Titans, but looking at, the ones like Flamehide and Snowgore, and see, are there Titans out there that could be brought back into the meta if you just did some of these 4-star relics that, I mean, honestly, there wasn't a good relic in this event. And if they're going to have paying players that do every event, then there should be something worth paying for. And if they're going to have, newer players that are going to go after these off events because they're more for the early game, then give them something awesome.
Yeah, totally. I love that. And it also, even if you're an in-game player, it gives you the option. Because, I still like Infiltrator play. I do. I really want Trickster's Blades for that reason. But along those lines, even if I just had some 4-star relics that could, make my champion or my Infiltrator a little more impactful, and that crap's fun, man. I just like playing around with it and seeing what I can do.
Yeah, exactly. I think that Tengu kind of reopened the debate on solo Titan play. I had never really played Infiltrators on a solo basis. I love playing Tengu with my Trickster's Blades. It is really fun, and I think we need more play like that. I've proposed in my streams a version of Krothos that would use Shadow Dancer and be fun because he'd be like Tengu, and I think we need more like that.
Yeah, I'd be all in for that. Just because, again, it's more content, as in it gives you a choice. Hey, let's check out this dude. For instance, if you had those relics for this new Snowgore, and is there a decent ice attack right now? Well, if we could turn Snowgore into a big giant dropping tank, okay, something there. Let's go try it. Let's check it out.
Yeah, that was where I disagreed with your breakdown of this event. Is I don't think Snowgore is that viable because there isn't a real damage source on the battlefield with him, and they missed the opportunity with that, and they should have also looked at. Well, they gave Flamehide ranged resistance. Why didn't they give any range resistance to anything in the Snowgore army? So there's just missed opportunities all over the place like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to my Krothos idea, that would be Krothos with offensive Imperials that are Omega Imperials instead of the Omega Horde, and freeze spells instead of the shield, and max melee resist, and you get all your ranged off Shadow Dancer.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Almost be like Paladin Grimwald out there with actual troops.
Oh, I would love to see Paladin Grimwald come back. I think he was a really fun Titan, and there are versions of him in the game right now. But why not just
Wait? Are you talking about
Grimwald
Grimvlad?
right back in there?
Grimvlad?
Grimvlad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what Frigg plays as, is a super powered Paladin Grimwald.
I have Paladin Grimwald. I will never ever use him ever.
I think
Yeah,
I might have
I
had
have the
Paladin
nostalgia on him,
Grimwald at
too.
one point too, at some point, but I think I got rid of him. I don't think I
Dude,
had him.
That was like the ultimate sneaky thing for Throne Wars. It was fantastic.
I got tons of greens with him against Zeus in the Zeus meta because I had max lightning resist and max range resist, and people would come in not expecting it, and then he would just trounce them.
Yep. I used to put him on islands, and I'd get more greens on that island than I did my garrison. Usually, it seemed like because
For sure.
nobody thinks that's coming.
99th. We're doing it.
Make it happen, Salon. Vintage is carrying Events R Us this week.
Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vintage went for that at Staff of Ice.
No, what I did was I made things uncomfortable for Godan, where I was like, we should be able to get the new guys in and pick up a free 4-star. And I thought to myself, ooh, I better put up some serious souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that someone needs to, send some messages to fill up those spots.
Well, so Events R Us, 16th place is what you're talking about, correct?
That sounds about right.
Okay, so and you guys have like how many spots are you guys giving away?
We could probably take in 15 or 20.
Really?
Put out,
what?
Put out my line ID. But again, you gotta watch the video because my line ID is in my video. Contact me on the line app and see what we can do. I have everybody standing by for Sunday. Tell them to hit me up on Sunday. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Maybe this is the first stage of your free-to-play thing. Maybe you could do a raffle and have it for free-to-play players.
There you go. Just do 10 winners. Come on in.
Yeah, exactly. I was just talking to Wardon about it today, saying, back when we were like Castle 18, if we knew that there was an opportunity to go after something like that, we would have been all over it. And, looking back, what we really should have been doing instead of sitting around in one alliance and just hoping for a 4-star is every week, right before the event, going right down the top 50 list and messaging every crown and asking what their minimum was for a 4-star.
Yeah, because if you're like you said, if you're even mid game, dude, these two Titans could do some work for you.
I think Flamehide could be a phenomenal grinder with those fireballs, and if you go for the Flaming Rune too, Flaming Rune is a great relic on whoever you're grinding with, and if you have 6 fireballs, that's probably just going to clear everything on the battlefield up until pretty well into the game.
I have a Flaming Rune leveled back in the day to drop on Grenadiers.
Yeah, it's actually a phenomenal relic on Tengu because it has 20% Titan crit and 30% Titan army fire damage, and those fireballs can actually be useful with him.
Oh yeah, just to clear out the range stuff.
Yeah, if you can pop a Grenadier, then you might get a Rage or a Shield off that.
So I'm assuming.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to drop out again, but it was good chat.
All right, well, thank you, Prometeo. I was just going to say, so I'm assuming that means nobody else is streaming then, right? I'm just going to continue for just a little bit longer, but then I'm probably going to wrap up here. It's been about almost 3 hours here. So I do appreciate everybody, of course, joining on Discord and in the chat. Godan says only 10 of us doing the event. Wow, that's impressive. It's impressive.
Yeah, thanks for having me in the alliance, Godan. I'll be charging hard with you over these next couple weeks. I think these upcoming events look interesting, but they could always disappoint. We'll see.
Real quick, Prometheo, am I off base? Is it going to be skeletons or horde over the next 3 weeks?
I'm kind of thinking both. I think the prediction that Osiris comes back is a pretty good one. Maybe Almoran too. I like those ideas. I've been saying for a long time that Almoran should have been a Void Titan. So that idea that he comes back as a Void Titan, resurrected, would be really cool. And they, fix his busted prestige skill, which stupidly is for Imperials.
One of the most disappointing prestige skills in the game.
Oh yeah, it was a complete mistake.
Yeah, because Korthan and Almoran are supposed to be the two, big guys in the game. Lore, at least.
Yeah, right. And anyone who knows what they're doing is never going to prestige Almoran, ever.
And I love my Almoran. I enjoyed grinding with him and everything. I thought he was the best.
Oh, yeah, I love skeleton play, man.
Almoran is right there in the middle of the whole plot line of the main story of the game, and he's been completely ignored for over a year. So if they resurrect him, I'd be happy about it.
Yeah. Go Void, go Horde, and give him a legit prestige skill. And got it.
Yeah. I like that. And then I think the Mistress of Dread. I really do hope that they drop a new class on us in that event, because I think it's good timing to get that out, and it's early summer, so that still leaves enough time for them to do another class by the end of the year, maybe.
And three new DG relics.
Oh yeah, 5 stars.
5 stars, one in each one of the altars, in the Golden, Norse, and in the Divine. I'm telling you, that's how they're going to change the altars out. The altars will be changed with the new 3 5 stars, along with Oni and Huntress getting pulled, and 2 new DG Titans are gonna get put in, and it will be another situation where they're gonna say, okay, it's not gonna be Panthers this time. We're gonna pick a different troop, and we're gonna make super OP Titans based on that troop. I think it's gonna be fire, personally, myself, but we'll see what happens. Because
I think, like I've been saying, I think we could have ourselves a really, really good summer heading into fall in this game. It could be awesome.
Most definitely. Now, I don't want to see too much Horde and Skeletons right yet. I mean, I understand we may see some here very soon, because obviously we're talking about an Egyptian Titan, and we're also talking about possible resurrection with maybe an Osiris situation. And that's fine, it's fine. But I do want to see more Horde and Skeletons in the fall with Halloween. I just feel like this might be a taste of Horde and Skeletons right now, just because, like, for instance, we just had a taste of Panthers for a little while there, and I feel like that is, they are going to continue to switch up between different troop types, and Goliaths too. We saw some of that. So, when
it's just a good way to revitalize your game. Just keep shifting the focus and keeping people engaged.
Most definitely.
Number one thing is keep it up with the new play styles, the new challenges, the new interesting variations, because Hachiman being vulnerable to people who don't use spells is an amazing challenge, and I love it. And Tengu was a great innovation, and there's just so much happening in the game. Frigg being an answer to Hachiman, but with solo Titan and Maidens, where you don't lose anything on the battlefield, so the Omegas don't drop. I think all these things have just been great for the game.
Yeah, totally agree.
Nitram, be nice if they drop the price of the Divine Altars by 25%. I believe some of those 15K Titans, if they dropped them to like maybe 12, It'd be a lot. It'd be a lot more obtainable, but also too, some players may want to keep the prices the way they are. Some of those other altars, though, just be wary again when they do move Oni and Huntress out. For instance, those altars of the 10,000 and 12,000, a lot of players, including myself, even said when it came out that those really weren't worth your investment, just for the simple fact those Titans would be released in events soon enough. And it's either better to just go to 15 if you're going to, or obviously use them for relics instead. One or the other. Ooh, here's a good question. All right, so Vamal, you're asking, Hazelon, I have 2K DG saved up. Should I pull now or wait for altar change? Well, I would say the altar change, if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, would be, within the next maybe month or two. So 4 to 8 weeks. I'm not going to say it's going to be happening since Huntress hasn't been released yet in an event, and the next 2 events that are coming out that we know of doesn't seem to be a Huntress type event.
I'll even be a little more aggressive.
Go ahead.
Vignesh, if you do not have any 5-star relics,
that's a good question. Yeah,
pull the 2K, because all you have to do is avoid Shadow Dancer. The other 5 are good relics,
and you have the chance of getting a Norse.
Relics.
You also have the chance of getting a Norse relic too, so that's a whole nother category on top of that, and you have none of them. So.
So I mean, if you don't have any 5-star relics, it's hard to beat the 2K DG value.
Yeah, that's where any newer players to the game, or anyone that has absolutely no 5 stars at all, and they're mid game, 2K is definitely the best value. It's just a lot of players. If you're watching a lot of YouTube videos and or live streams, and you're hearing a lot of us talking about, we're shooting for 5K or we're shooting for 7K, because relics, as a lot of players will say, relics last forever. Titans, don't. They're in and out of meta. So, your best investment, a lot of players would say, would be in the relics in the long term. And I've stuck with that, as I have continuously seen the punches, as much as I've told myself, let's go for Necrosa, but then as the DGs roll in slowly, things become a little bit more clear that the meta is just going to move too fast for my personal acquisition of DGs. So. But some players will tell you to wait.
I'm still trying to get my Night Whisper, and I will keep pulling 2K until I get it. I think
Prometheo,
until you have
Prometheo, did you say you were leaving? I'm sorry, Prometheo. I love you being here, but I'm just saying. Did you say you were leaving?
Well, okay, bye.
No, you don't have to leave,
right.
Prometheo. I did. I said you could stay. It's not that I want you to leave, but I appreciate it. It's awesome.
You know me, if I'm still on Discord, then I might chime in.
All right, that's fine. You definitely can.
I'll let you wrap it up, Zalon. It was a good stream.
No, it has been a good stream, though. It has been a good stream. But like I said, the change, when it comes down to how long it'll be until it actually happens, I don't honestly think it's going to happen fairly soon. I believe it would be something like a 4 to 8 week situation. But yes, the DG altar does go through periodic changes.
I doubt they're going to change prices, though.
Yeah.
I mean, 2K DGs for a 5-star relic, dude. You know, if you're newish to the game, you have no idea how good you have it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. A horror show we had, even 6 or 8 months ago.
Yeah. Pulling 500s and praying.
Oh, the grief. Yeah. People pulling 25 500 DG pulls and never getting a 5-star relic, and just it was a total horror show.
Yeah, Dawn of Relics, Black Gold, I agree. I mean, well, that was one thing that we were mentioning about earlier about the Late Night King, is the fact that his 5-star relics they're still going to be viable. Actually, did anybody tell him that the Guardian... Vintage, you're going to love this. Anybody tell him that the Guardian 5-star is actually good again?
Hopefully he's looked at it.
Yeah,
a free-to-guy play would never, ever forge a 5-star relic like I did.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm sure he'd be happy to know.
There's Alana. I got to bail too.
It's all right. I only got 2 more battles. There's 6 portal stones left. So, all right, Vintage.
All right.
Maybe I'll see you on another live stream. If not, I'll see you during Conquest next week.
Man, have a great weekend.
Yep, you too. All right, 2 more battles, DOT community. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the event. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Set realistic goals. That's what this game is all about. Newer players. Every event, everyone's always evaluating. It's always evaluations. How much time you think you have, personally. If you plan on putting in finances at all. Or if you plan on putting in saved relics and or gems, because you're also free to play and you just would like to maybe invest some of that. Or not, So, or like for instance this week with TOW, you're making sure that you're more or less exchanging your TOW event relics for tokens to save for later. Because yes, you can save event relic tokens for later. And you don't have to collect them right away either. That's how I was able to even spend gems tonight without even collecting. So 3,760. Alliance ranked 99. It's good. Got a nice amount of ground covered because it's been, of course, a uphill battle to try to get into the top 100. Prestige food being at top priority for many players. He was upset his orbs were obsolete. His orbs. Yeah, I've got a few, but I don't have many anymore. I did get rid of a lot of duplicates, even duplicate 4-star relics, recently on one of my streams. But it's going to be good. I have well over 100 relic slots available now because of the fusion that I did, or forging I did, I should say. And now I'm going to have a great time during Conquest next week because I'm not going to have to take a break periodically to get rid of stuff. All right, thank you, Godan. Godan, you're working tomorrow, but are you going to live stream it all this weekend? Give us all a taste. Let us know if there's something else happening. Or are we just going to see periodic videos? I don't know if history will be made this weekend because it's not the worst event ever. The worst event ever had lower souls than this. But it only takes 158,000 to get into the top 50. So, and 127,000 to get into the top 100. Alright, GOT community. It's not right having saved 15,000 DGs for definite Titan when you had a chance of getting in 12,000. Well, the chances in 12,000 are pretty low, so I really wouldn't do that. I wouldn't risk 12,000 like that. That's why I don't think it's a good option. But alright, DOT community. Hope you all, like I said, have a great weekend. Enjoy. I will talk to you all again very soon.